Like there.
All right, let's go. Hold on, let me see what doing. You can probably see this.
Looks like who's kicking us off.
All right, go ahead, Zach. Kick us off.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Multi Mayhem Virginia 2026 competition live stream. We are the commentator crew. I am Zach Rydell here with
Michael Nielsen.
Stone Paint.
and we're also joined with the mastermind behind this all, Michael Greco. Michael, Mike, what do you prefer?
Mike's fine.
Mike's fine. Mike, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
I am stressed out. We ran a 13-hour stream last night with Graham Siggins solving 350 cubes, or attempting 350 cubes. I won't spoil it if you didn't watch it. The full 13 hours is available on TheCubicle's YouTube channel. But it's been a busy weekend so far.
I was gonna say busy weekend. You still have quite a lot to go. Today is going to be the shortest day out of our 3-day competition schedule. We only have 2 attempts going on tonight of 3x3 multi blindfolded, and then we approach 2 more attempts each day for the next 2 days, as well as we have 4x4, 5x5 blindfolded, and 3x3 blindfolded. What are you most looking forward to out of this competition?
Multi-blind.
Multi-blind?
It's all about multi-blind for me. So, and it's because this is why we're doing this whole thing, is to create an opportunity for me to bring a bunch of multi-blind attempts, because ultimately this competition is, well, it's a competition. We're doing it as a competition, but it's also sort of tied to a little project I'm working on called Blindfolded Ambition, and that is focused more explicitly on the multi-blind side of blind cubing.
Now, you don't have to go into it if you would like, or you wouldn't like to, but do you maybe want to give a little taste of what to expect for Blindfolded Ambition?
So I am making a feature-length documentary, so hopefully 90 minutes or so. I've been working on it for about 6 months now. It's a more serious look at what blindfolded solving is, what's required to reach mastery at it. We're looking at memory, how memory works, the science of memory, how the memory tricks that blindfold solvers use, how that actually works, memory palaces and such. And we're bringing in academics to talk about the science behind memory, the psychology behind motivation. It takes a lot of motivation to compete at this level. I mean, that's true with all kinds of solving, but I've always sort of seen the blindfolding stuff as more of a niche that's sort of been hidden away, and I want to share that story with folks. I just don't think many people really know what it takes to be at the very top of the multi-blind world.
So speaking of like the top of the multi-blind world, we really have the world's greatest competitors in all the blindfolded disciplines really in attendance at this competition. The world record holders for each discipline, 3 through 5 and multi-blind, as well as former world record holders in each of the events too. Who are we looking to maybe highlight in this film, if you would like to discuss?
Sure. So the film itself is focused on 3 solvers: Graham Siggins, Ro Hessler, and Stanley Chappell. All 3 of those guys are here. They're upstairs right now getting ready to compete. But we also have Andrew Tao, Joshua Gao, Noah Swore, Tommy Cherry, and Liam Chen. I believe that's all the biggies, right?
I really hope we didn't forget anyone. That sounds like that sounds like all the big names.
Yeah, and then we've got some decent sort of local cubers. My own son Miles.
Had to shout him out.
I'll give Miles a shout out. So to me, this is a special project. It's a passion project of mine. I'm not a filmmaker. I've never made a film, and it's not cheap. I'm flying professional film crews around the country. We've been to Ann Arbor to visit Stanley. We've been to White Plains to visit Roe. We've been to Del Mar to visit Graham. And this is our 4th sort of shoot. The competition will be sort of separate from the film, but we will be doing some side interviews here this weekend. And then most of the footage will be in the can. We still will go talk to our academics sometime in the spring, but the bulk of the footage will be done. And so for the next 6-7 months, we edit. And the idea is to submit to really Sundance. We're going to go for the top in August for hopefully for a premiere in January 2027.
If that doesn't get any of you watching at home excited, I've been privy to some of the work that you've been doing for this and the passion that is going into this. I don't expect anything less than something stellar out of it. I'm truly looking forward to it, and this competition kind of kicks us off on the road to that product's conclusion.
Yeah, no, this has always been a key moment. Because I've talked to each of these guys individually, but I haven't had them together. And so this opportunity to put them together, but to also talk to their other blindfolded peers at the very top to get their perspectives. So this is an important moment in the history of the film, and like I said, it's been amazing for me. It's been a truly special experience getting to know these three guys. Everyone knows who they are. I feel like I've been very lucky to sort of, spend 3 very long days with them. And, it's not just about cubing. This is not a film just about cubing. This is about, what motivates a Roe Hessler to go on a 6-year chase of Graham Siggins, right? What motivates Stanley Chappell to do what he does at the 4 and 5 blind level. But we're also going to look at, Stanley's a virtuoso violin player. Graham, I don't know how many people know this, but Graham used to be an incredible skater. Roe's got a lot of interesting talents. We're going to show them as they really are. And that to me is the sort of the special part of this, is to getting to know those 3 guys in ways that I never thought I would.
I'm really looking forward to everything that's coming out of it, especially this competition. This is like the first major competition of the new year, even though it's not a championship level competition. It's really the skill level of a championship level competition. A lot of big names to look out for. Really looking forward to this weekend. I've kind of said my words, my piece with it. If you guys want to hop in. But
I don't know that we have time.
I was going to say we're getting ready to start.
Yeah, we're getting very close. I'm going to go. They're not going to start without me. So if I'm down here, they're not going to start. So I should probably go up. But I just want to say, I haven't shown a whole lot of what we've shot. I've got 40 hours of footage at my house. And now that this is the last big thing I got to get through. So follow Blindfolded Ambition on YouTube. Follow it on Instagram. And I'm going to start dropping trailers and behind the scenes stuff, and so there should be a lot of fun content coming out over the next few months as we start editing. So have fun, guys. Thank you all.
Of course, thank you for joining us.
Yep. And maybe we talk more about this on Sunday or something once we see how many world records we have.
I'll do what I can.
See you guys.
See ya. Well, you heard it here first. Truly, we've got a spectacle. Got to get myself centered up. Got to get everyone here centered up. Yeah, truly.
I'm back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you like left one door and came in through another one. Yeah, truly an amazing competition that we have coming up. Again, if you are just joining us, I am Zach Rydell, joined with
Michael Nielsen,
Stone Payne,
and this is Multi Mayhem Virginia 2026. How are you guys feeling?
I'm excited, a little nervous, not a whole lot of commentating experience, but I think this is a very exciting event and it'll, carry a lot of the work for us.
Let's say you're nervous, but I'm sure the people upstairs right now are
Maybe a bit more.
maybe a bit more nervous. Stone?
yeah, Michael pretty much said it all. Like Michael, I have pretty much no commentating experience, so I'm excited to dip my toe in the water. But I'm really excited to see what we have going on here. This is obviously, first and foremost, this is a multi-blind competition, but also one of the first competitions to use the best of 5 format for 3 blind.
Yes.
And I'm excited to see how that fares for the world's top 3 blind solvers. Tommy's going to be here. It's going to be insane to watch.
Yeah, we're seeing Tommy Cherry, Noah Swore, Stanley Chappell, Graham Siggins, Roe Hessler. I mean, really, all these people that we see here are incredible 3x3 blindfolded solvers.
Mhm.
So it only makes sense that they are going to give it their all. Here we are getting
Look at
our
that, man.
first look at the competition room.
Yeah.
Man, you see some big names in the lower left there, moving up towards the middle. Stanley Chappell. We do see Mike Greco up at the very top, not a competitor, but the guy running the show here.
Yeah.
See Pierce Tickle, Braden Adams,
Yeah, Ro Hessler on the right side.
Ro Hessler on the right, Andrew Tao. Just
Josh
got a.
Gallup in the middle there, I
Oh,
believe.
no, that was Josh Gow.
Yeah.
My bad. Such a faraway shot, but
Yeah.
really, I'm looking forward to seeing what we got going on here. All of the big names that we're going to be seeing, the names of people to look out for, are going to be stationed on the outsides with the blue tablecloths. I know Pierce, who we see, also has a blue tablecloth.
I think that's a big name to watch.
It's a big name to watch. One of the delegates helping put this entire thing together. But we're going to have nice up close cameras to all the competitors going for big numbers. We see Graham Siggins donning his blindfold up there in the top left, pointing the wrong way. Somewhere, follow my finger, but you get up there. It's going to be an amazing competition. I'm super stoked for this.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. It's rare that you get a non-championship where you have a lot of the world's best competitors going head to head with each other. So this is a, kind of a special experience.
I was going to say, yeah, I mentioned it. I didn't get to talk to Mike a whole ton about it, but he is helping organize almost a major championship. Given the names that we're seeing here, I would make this very equivalent to like U.S. Nationals or North American Championships with the big names from North America we see here.
Yeah.
I would love to call it like a world championship scale. But a lot of our names are like from North America, but still we're seeing the best of the best right here in the Miller Center in Charlottesville, Virginia.
And I think even if this competition doesn't have that championship title, like the winner is going to hold some weight for sure. I think whoever comes out on top during this competition, like it's going to matter.
Yeah, the entire thing, as mentioned, is a part of Mike Greco's passion project, Blindfolded Ambition, a documentary on blindfolded solving, bigger than just the cube. Whoever wins this is going to shape the documentary and how it is laid out. Given that we expect one of the three big names that he mentioned, Graham Siggins, Ro Hessler, or Stanley Chappell, to come out on top. Did we get attempt count or cube counts?
Yes. So
taking it to Michael Nielsen. First information on how many cubes each competitor is attempting.
So I'll shout out some of the bigger attempt numbers. So Joshua Gao is attempting 56, Ro Hessler over 60, Graham Siggins over 60, Stanley Chappell over 60. Then it looks like the next biggest attempt is Noah Swore with 42 points, or 42 cubes attempted.
So I think Ro, Graham, obviously you expect them to go over 60 at this point. Big mention there, Stanley.
Stanley, what is the largest cube attempt Stanley's ever done in competition?
He's yet to do over 60.
And
so this will be his first try at over 60 points.
I was gonna say, I mean, he does have at least 3 attempts guaranteed this weekend, and assuming he gets a decent result on any one of those, we'll see another 3 attempts from him, potentially attempting over 60 attempts. Incorrect. 60 cubes across 6 attempts. We may see a new contender for a world-class multi-blind solver. While we're at it, down in the bottom left, we actually see Stanley Chappell starting his memorization.
And then from that, we can see, so he has almost cubic. It looks like 1 cube is missing. So it's a 63 cube attempt. So that opens the door for a potential new world record if he gets enough cubes solved and reaches 61 points and beats Graham's current time, or he gets 62 points with any time.
So that's really interesting. So his PR right now is a 49 out of 51, but he has a 47 out of 57. So that is a huge jump.
I'm like kind of in awe. We're seeing something. I mean, it's a new year, new Stanley. But we're gonna have a lot to see. Ro Hessler, former world record holder in multi-blind, attempting. Do you know how many cubes exactly? We might have to count. I don't know if you were given an exact number.
Ro is attempting 62 cubes. So Stanley is actually doing a larger attempt than the second ranked in the world multi-blind solver. So this is definitely a little bit unexpected. Over the past couple days, Graham and Rowe have been really pestering Stanley, trying to figure out how many cubes he's going to do in this attempt. So I don't know if they're aware of how many cubes he's attempting, but I think going into the future attempts, once they see how he does on this, it could shake things up and make him pretty nervous.
To say we have seen Rowe kind of make a bit of a comeback to multi-blind solving. We did see Rowe shortly after his world record maybe take a bit of a step back from multi-blind as a whole, but man, he is back in full swing. We did just see him at New York Multimate. I believe that's the competition name, a competition in White Plains, his hometown, pulling out a 59 out of 60. What was the exact
Right,
attempt?
but let me check.
I know it's at least his second best attempt officially. Knows. I don't think the results are live for it, unfortunately. But I do know that he did pull out an attempt recently. That is a new PR2 for himself. So getting back into the swing of things with multi-blind. And again, he's got like 6 attempts this weekend, 3 of which are guaranteed. I really expect him to get another 3 out of it. He's going to have quite a lot of practice.
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm sure it's exciting for these top blind solvers to get a lot of attempts. It's not something that, you can usually get. Most comps will do 1 round of the big blinds, so this is really a special opportunity for them.
So we've got here Stanley Chappell. Of course, you're 4 blind and 5 blind world record holder and world champion. But again, it seems like he's going for it. I mean, he's got 3 attempts guaranteed, but he's doing, I want to say, his first official 60 plus attempt, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, we've had this sort of chase between Rowe and Graham over the past few years, but I mean, this is going to be the first time in a while where we're seeing a potential contender, a potential 3rd contender for that world record, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and we do see Stanley already done with his first 8-pack, just minutes into the attempt. Yeah, really looking forward. Sorry, that scramble looks really
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you.
I was gonna say it looks, yeah, a lot of pieces there solved
Yeah.
for Stanley. I think that should be everyone's. I'm not sure what the number is going to be because it might be put down and to the left. A lot of the top blindfolded solvers are going to be seeing the same scrambles as they're all attempting similar numbers of puzzles. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what Stanley can do. Stanley, I would like to make a very strong argument. I know we have when we talk about the greatest cuber of all time, there's a lot of names that get passed around, and I really think a lot of people don't think about Stanley in that same aspect. I think he's up there in the greatest of all time debate, even though his focus lies mostly in the blindfolded disciplines. He's an incredible all-rounder.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that often gets missed is the times he has just shocked everybody. The 2 that come to mind are non-blindfolded successes that he's had. First one being at US Nationals 2019 when he won clock and also set the North American record at in the same round. And then the second one being when he won the World Championship for Scube in 2023. He was not what anybody pictured as the front runner for those, and then he blew everybody away and shocked the world. So he's definitely somebody that, has this potential to just absolutely pop off if he so chooses.
And I don't think it should be forgotten. His 4 blind world record single is coming up on 3 years of having standed.
Yeah, I really don't think anyone is touching 4 blind from
No.
Stanley Chappell unless one of these other competitors. I know everyone's been kind of wondering what's Stanley gonna do.
Right.
Might be fun to think about what are our other top level blind solvers gonna do. Is anyone gunning for Stanley's throne? But before we get to that, Graham Seggins, I mean, the most dominant multi-blind solver we've had in recent years. Only just recently losing the world record and getting it back quite quickly from Rowe.
The first person ever to lose the multi-blind world record and then get it back, which is, if you had to guess who it was, I think most people would say Graham is going to do that. He's the premier multi-blind solver for, I mean, years now. So it's very very nice to see him, getting these first time achievements.
Yeah, and he's only had 1 attempt since that world record that he took back. He's at a 57 out of 64. which was a month or so ago. So I'm
Yeah.
really interested. You know, he's got 6 attempts. I'm really interested to see where he's gonna go during this competition.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what Graham's doing. I know typically he's a very lax solver,
Yeah.
at least in my eyes. We did survey some of our competitors, really all of our competitors actually before they started competing today. And Graham has this to say about how he gets in the right headspace for official solves. Quote, I generally just try to not overthink things. I talk with my friends, do whatever I can to avoid building up anticipation or expectations for the attempt. Um, definitely, sorry, end quote. Should have laid with that. These are my words now. Uh, yeah, definitely trying to take things one step at a time. I mean, one cube at a time,
Mm.
I may say. We do see, I'm going to, if someone else wants to talk, I'm going to count how many he's attempting.
66.
Cool. Good counter.
Yeah.
66 cubes. I'm not sure what his highest attempted is in competition.
Looks like he's got a few 66s. I'm not sure about a 67.
We may see a 67 cube attempt from Graham this weekend. I mean, really, once he has one attempt solidified in the books for round one, then really he's free to maybe mess around with the potential for a 67 cube attempt and potentially even pushing that boundary further. Again, these competitors, for those not familiar with multi-blind solving, I'm realizing that we never talked about how multi-blind solving works, and we should probably lay that out.
Yeah.
So these competitors, they are getting 10 minutes per cube for a maximum of 60 minutes to memorize and then solve. There is no break in between the two. You can't memo, solve, go back to memo. It's one straight shot of memorization and then one straight shot of execution. And we are seeing, we're seeing these competitors trying to memorize as much as they can. We are going to cut now to Joshua Gao. He's another big name to look out for. Third at the World Championships in Seattle. A big name. How many cubes is Joshua attempting?
I believe 42 cubes.
42. Big attempt. He may try and push the envelope a little bit as
Sorry,
his
56 cubes. I misspoke.
like a fortnight's worth of cubes off. It's fine. Hey, we're gonna be here all weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, 56 cubes, definitely a very large attempt. Again, a lot of these competitors are going through the mindset of I just got to get one result that'll get me into round two. And once they get into round two, then they're free to really experiment with their next few attempts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the trying to get into round two, I don't know if that's a more front-loaded thing or I think it's probably more on the back end of it. I think the first two, you just kind of take them without much consideration, and then should you need to on the third attempt, you might rein it in or reel it in a little, and then change your strategy. But going into the first two, I don't think anybody's going to be too cautious because you do know you have two more attempts after this, and one of them on a different day. For these these very long, mentally demanding events, just how you're doing on that day, how you feel, how you slept, what you ate. That can make, a big difference. So having the round spread out over 2 days can be very beneficial to a lot of these solvers.
Another maybe a fun fact that we have about Joshua and multi-blind is a very disciplined event. I mean, you really have to pace yourself and understand what you're doing. Joshua is a competitive swimmer.
Mhm.
So definitely a history of discipline. We could be seeing come to his aid, help rescue him.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of swim puns. He's swimming in cubes. Okay. Well, hey, well, I'm trying.
But I think it's not uncommon for a lot of top solvers to have sort of other, for lack of a better term, other lives where they're very successful. Just because these sort of traits that make you a successful cuber tend to be non-exclusive to cubing and a lot deeper things, and then you end up taking that on in other parts of your life and being very successful outside cubing.
Yeah, and I think speaking of top solvers, Noah Swore, who's pictured here, is going to be somebody who we're going to be watching. Maybe not necessarily for multi-blind. How many attempts is he, or how many cubes is he attempting?
He's doing 42.
He's doing 42. Okay, so yeah. He's got a 37 out of 39 PR. I think where we're really going to be watching him is three blind. He's sixth in the world for mean. He's got a 1639, but he's got a 13.8 single.
Mhm.
So I think three blind is definitely where I'm going to be watching him. He's
Yeah.
also a powerhouse in multi-blind.
Yeah, while we have the time to discuss multi-blind, or I'm already making mistakes and we're like 10 minutes into the attempt. While we're discussing three blind, it's definitely something that we should take into consideration at this competition. The January 2026 regulations have been announced, they've been made official. Multi-blind is 3x3 blindfolded is no longer a mean of three event. It's now an average of five.
Best of five.
Best of five.
Best of five.
But competitors are no longer limited to three attempts in a single round. They're now getting five.
Yeah.
An increase of some percentage.
Yeah, 67%.
Is it actually 67%?
67,
No.
67%.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Meant to do that one, I swear. But yeah, we're seeing some more we're seeing more 3x3 blindfolded attempts per cuber. So Noah's definitely one of the competitors to watch out for. Not currently in attendance, I think. I don't think that we saw him for attempt one. Tommy Cherry.
Mhm.
I mean, if we're talking about Graham Siggins and his dominance in multi-blind, Stanley Chappell and his dominance in 4 and 5 blind, we have to talk about Tommy Cherry and his
Yeah.
dominance in 3x3 blindfolded.
Yeah, Tommy is, I would say he's the king of three blind. There is not, I don't believe there's an achievement in three blind he has not earned. He's been national, continental, and world champion. He's had the world record for single and average. He even got both in the same round once. So he's, I mean, just absolutely incredible at three blind. And then with the new changes, I asked Stanley about his thoughts on those changes before this competition, and he thinks that, and reasonably so, that the single world record is much more attainable now because you're getting so many more attempts, and because you have so many more, you can go a lot. You can take a lot more risks on your attempts because you only need about 20% accuracy to make the next round now, up instead of about 33. So you can take a lot more risks and then maybe get the payoff.
I was talking about this with Braden Adams, one of the competitors, one of our competitors doing less cubes, but it's going to be really interesting to see, especially for the cubers who perhaps aren't as fast. It's going to be really interesting to see the mental load that is either added on or perhaps taken off. Because with that best of five format, you're going to have to get more solves to get that average, but you're not going to have to go perfect, right? You have a little leeway there. You can get that 4 out of 5, and you can still get an average. So, what do you guys think is going to be the outcome? Do you think it's going to be more or less mental pressure for slower and faster cubers to be able to get that mean?
So as someone at the very lower tier of 3x3 blindfolded solving, do either of you have results in three blind?
Absolutely not.
Not successes.
Okay, so I guess I'm the most qualified here at the table to talk about it. To talk about being bad successfully. I definitely think that it is going to be a bit more lenient. I mean, it used to be you have to worry about getting a DNF on, like, if you DNF your first attempt and you're going for a mean, then like maybe you have a better chance of getting single, but like you can't get a three blind mean at that point.
Yeah.
You need to go on, get ready for the next round, next competition, anything like that. It's over. But now there's a leeway. Now you know, okay, I got the DNF already. I did one or two solves and I DNF'd my third. Now I know I need to play it safe. I need to go slow for these last two. I need to be extra careful to look in for it. I'm not sure. I think time's really going to tell. We're going to be able to see cubers come and go, maybe be able to pick up the new solving format and have to adjust to it. I mean, really, this weekend, this competition, this is when we're going to see it
It'll be
happen.
our first sign of what the scene is looking like after the regulation change.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have the big names again. Your Tommy, your Noah. Sorry, I believe we just had.
Well, with the
I'm not sure what's going on there with Noah and our delegate Ryland Wilson.
Yeah,
my go. I don't get to see him a whole bunch because I'm a little bit north of him, but something going on there. As soon as we get information, we'll keep you guys situated.
Yeah, and I will say with the average of five format, I believe there was a comp in Israel just after that change, and I think in the first round with that change, Ben Barron got a new national record single. So if that's any sort of indicator of what we're going to see, it's definitely an exciting change in terms of results.
Yeah. Yeah, I am wondering about that. What Rylan had going on there, but it shouldn't be anything too. We've got the place locked down pretty high.
I was gonna
high
say,
security.
yeah, we're looking at Graham Siggins right now. You see it right there, multi-blind world record holder.
Yeah.
Got the lower third, but swipe that away, already on 4 packs memorized.
Yeah.
Going into some of the finer details, maybe not spoiling all the information that we have saved and prepped for this competition, but we are going to see Graham. He solves with 6 memory palaces, and he uses 8 packs. He's going to do 5 passes on his first 32 cubes. He's going to do 4 passes of memo on his next 16, and he's going to 3 pass the rest. So we're going to see, obviously, he's going to pick up the same cube. These cubes are going to get picked up 5 times.
Yeah.
Make sure that memory is really stuck in there long terms, and then go on to the next.
Yeah.
Something I'm wondering about Graham is that we know that 60, what is he doing? 66, 67?
66.
66. We know that 66 or even 100, pretty much anything above or below 350, we know he has a very high limit. And so I'm wondering, when you do those big attempts, obviously we know Graham just came off of this huge 13-hour 350 cube attempt. I'm really wondering like how much that raises the ceiling. When you do these really huge, really long attempts, how much easier does it make these, relatively speaking, small ones? What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, like, really, when you push anything to its limit, which is something that is explored heavily in Blindfolded Ambition, the passion project of Mike Greco. If you are not following it on Instagram or subscribed on YouTube, make sure you are. But that's something that really gets touched on, and that is how far can the human brain really be pushed? And we see that from no one more than Graham. I mean, Graham is always tackling what is possible, whether it be big blind. We're not talking like 4 and 5 blind. We're talking like 11 and 12 blind.
Yeah.
Like really pushing what is possible. These big number of attempts. I mean, we did see him do a 200 plus cube attempt.
Yeah.
And then going to try and break his world record. No spoilers. You're gonna have to go watch that to see how he did. But I definitely think it is improving his solving.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things to note about doing those big attempts is when you do a 350 attempt or even a multi-blind attempt like this, you do have to worry about your memory sticking too long in your memory palace for your future attempts. So I know something Graham was trying to do for after the 350 was to not think about any of his palaces and any of the locations there, because if he kept reviewing that, then he might get confused and make a mistake and use his old memorization instead of ones for this attempt. And then something to note, I think I saw it on Stanley. I'm not sure if Graham had it as well. It looks like a couple of the competitors have blinders on, which I saw for the first time in 2023 in an FMC attempt. People putting blinders on so you don't get all this like information in your peripheral vision and you're able to really focus on your attempt. I'm not sure how big a difference that actually makes, but it's definitely interesting equipment for these attempts.
Yeah, something you really have to think about is obviously, as you mentioned, equipment. There's a lot going in on the mental aspect of multi-blind solving, but a lot of people kind of neglect the physical aspect. I mean, for one, you have to keep track of where every cube is. Not just like in your memory palace or however you choose to memorize the information, but like where it is on the table is something that if you're thinking about can be enough to throw you off of like, okay, where is this cube? I accidentally just swatted it away and I don't know the orientation. Anything like that really comes into play, as well as the cube itself. We did just see Ryan Farish on screen. He choosing to use different cubes. We saw some stickered cubes, some stickerless. Some of the top level, a theme I see is consistency, trying to make sure that all of your cubes look and feel the same. But you have to maybe wonder if you wish to. Is that another juicer we see? At least for 3x3 solving, but I'm sure having everything right up there is super easy to memorize. Like, oh, that's just like a U2 away from being solved.
Right.
Though I know these blindfolded solvers are thinking about the cube a lot differently than I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, the equipment, going back to that, something else that we're seeing from these top level blind solvers, mats.
Yeah.
We see Rowe, Stanley, I believe is Graham also using one. I see Pierce is using one in the background right now,
Mhm.
but really trying to bring in the consistency of each and every attempt.
Mhm.
The more consistent your attempts are, the less you have to think about that isn't memorizing your cubes.
Yeah, and I think even on top of that, I mean, just the little stuff. Pretty much every competitor we see is wearing headphones, even in what is largely a silent room, just blocking out any bit of noise they can just to make sure they're hyper focused on the attempt. We've got hand towels so competitors can
Mhm.
take a break, make sure their hands aren't too sweaty. Just a lot of thought and preparation going into these attempts just to make sure that they're fully focused on the cubes in front of them.
We've talked a lot about the cubers
Mhm.
and the cubes, but I really want to talk about each other. We have a moment in the break. I mean, we're right now people are just memorizing, but like it is so great to be able to commentate with you guys. I'm
Yeah.
really looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, 6 multi-blind attempts, 2 rounds of big blind, as well as 2 rounds of free blind.
Mhm.
There's just going to be something spectacular.
Yeah.
I felt it in the air up there. We're all chilling out. The air up here. Okay, can I get the apps? Everyone saw that. But yeah, there's really something special going on at this competition. I mean, everyone knows it all stems from
Yeah.
Mike Greco and like
Yeah.
how passionate he is about everything that we see right now on screen.
Yeah.
And it's kind of rubbed off on everybody on
Yeah.
like, man, this is awesome that I get to do this. And really giving you that extra going for it. I don't know, the extra oomph to really settle in here.
Yeah, I think since before Worlds, I've been looking forward to this competition. And I think something that Greco does really well is that he puts on a very good and logistically well-run competition. We see Curran Wilson here, third place, 2025 multi-blind placer at Virginia Championship.
Yeah,
Virginia Championship.
look, you go. Curran, also a competitive swimmer.
Yep.
So fun. We got 2 swimmers.
He seems to be pretty locked in right now, making sure he's got that memo down.
Definitely something that at least I've seen with Curran and not the non-top level solvers,
Mhm.
but really all the top level solvers I see doing everything they can to not look out
Yeah.
into the open space,
Yeah.
really locking and zoning on their cubes. I mean, we saw Stanley with blinders to really avoid the peripheral distractions, and Curran staring out here. Does
I
crush
do-
it. I hope he knows the camera's on him, and if he rewatches this, Curran, we love you. But yeah, definitely wondering his approach. Let me see if I can figure out his approach to multi-solving.
I do wonder if it's just a difference in mindset. I mean, obviously,
Mhm.
at a top level, you are hyper focused on your cube, but I do wonder if for some of the competitors, it helps to just take a break. You know what I mean? And get
Yeah,
your
well,
eyes off of the cubes.
I wonder as well if it's we don't see that from our top solvers because they're on such a time crunch to
Right.
be able to finish all their attempts.
Right.
Whereas if you're doing a still impressive, but not a 60 cube attempt, a smaller attempt like Curran has here, if you spend more time on reviewing and there's not necessarily the same time crunch, and it's more of an issue with trying to memorize as much as you can and get it to stick as opposed to
Yeah.
and you get memory limited more than you do time limited.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, if I may, I know I did give out a very brief quote from Graham Siggins on how he prepares for multi-blind attempts. We have the same information for Curran Wilson, quote unquote, breathing.
I mean, absolutely just stellar stuff from Curran. This is
I mean, what more can you really? I mean,
but
Curran, that says it all. That's all I need to know about
Yeah.
Curran.
We really have to give the shout out, so much so that we're showing him twice on screen right now. Miles
I mean, it's just-
Greco, son of Mike Greco,
Yeah.
the mastermind behind this all.
Mhm.
I definitely wonder if Miles is a bit of a blame for Mike's obsession with blindfolded
Yeah.
solving. Miles, a stellar blindfolded solver. We see him attempting how many cubes, Mr. Counter?
That's a good question.
Michael has it
Sleep
written
on the
down.
job.
He's really not counting these this quickly.
Sleep on the
One
job.
thing I will say is that like I have known Miles for a while. We are from the same part of the region, roughly. And I know that even before I knew Mike, his dad, I knew that Miles, like he was very much a blind focused competitor. So it is really interesting, as you mentioned, to see how that rubbed off on Mike, so much so that he is putting on what is going to end up being one of the most competitive blind competitions of the year.
Yeah, and I do think it is worth mentioning that Miles might not be, getting all the camera time, but he is a huge influence on all this. The only reason that Mike Greco, would have had this idea and pursued this project is because Miles is into cubing. So it's truly, I mean, it's a very consequential thing that Miles does cube and is interested in the part of cubing that he is.
Yeah.
How many cubes is he attempting?
He's doing 22.
22?
So
I'm not sure where that stands in like a PR range for Miles, but I know he is really trying to push himself with multi-blind solving. I think my last interaction with him in this sort of aspect of like organizing or running a PBQ competition, Miles was at Pennsylvania Championships, 2024, the Quiet Championship, and just a great soul.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful guy to talk to, very knowledgeable when it comes to the blindfolded solving. I can hopefully get some more information. Did he not fill out a survey form?
some of the competitors did not fill them out.
I don't know how this slipped through Mike Greco's eyes. I mean, he's right there.
Yeah.
To ask. Hopefully we can get some information on Miles' solving technique.
One thing I will mention is Miles is doing 22, you mentioned,
Mhm.
and he's got on here 7 attempts of 20.
Okay.
Or it looks like eight attempts of 20.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the highest he's ever done,
Mhm.
at least officially. So yeah, just like the rest of our competitors, pushing himself, making sure he can get as many cubes as possible under that hour.
Yeah, and part of it, you can't help but wonder if, all hearing around the house all the time about these big multi-blind attempts and all that,
Yeah.
that's not an influence on him, and if we'll see a rise up, to the top from Miles Greco.
Another thing that I think is definitely worth mentioning. I mean, it's implied, but this is like the biggest competition for these blindfolded solvers this year so far. I know we're a
Wow.
week
I
in,
mean,
but it's
Far.
I mean, it's going to be like the most important competition they have
Yeah.
for months, that they definitely have been grinding it out and trying to improve. Speaking of improve, I mean, Ro Hessler,
Can you say?
what can you say? I believe the largest gap between world records in
Yeah.
cubing history. Ro Hessler, believe it or not, former 2x2 average world record holder
and single.
and single.
He had the average twice and single once.
Wow.
Truly stellar. And here he has now all grown up onto 3x3 multi-blind. We see an interesting format. We have been seeing 8-packs from our other competitors. Ro opting to go for a 10-pack, which is maybe not that different, but the format going in a straight line instead of building that like 4x2 or 2x5 rectangle of cubes.
Yeah, as somebody who's less knowledgeable on multi-blind, I do really wonder how that affects his memorization. Obviously, he's doing the larger pack size, but he's also doing them in a format that, at least to me, makes them look physically more challenging. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when you have that 2 rows of 4, and I could be just talking nonsense here, but I feel like when you have that 2 packs or that 2 rows of 4, it just looks less menacing. You know what I mean?
I do want to say, if we're going to go back to the equipment talks, something big about multi-blind attempts that I've noticed, as I have often been stuck scrambling these before. Sidebar, I'd love to give a huge shout out to the scramblers behind this attempt.
100%.
Sean Mack, Caleb Kearney, Jacob Nobili, Nobili,
Yeah. Ryland Wilson, I think.
Ryland Wilson also scrambling hundreds of cubes.
Yeah.
Truly quite a lot. But one of the things that I wanted to go over, magnets.
Yeah.
Magnets and cubing have made solving much better for all of these competitors. but if you put a ton of magnetized cubes next to each other, they start to push each other apart.
Mhm.
I remember this specifically when scrambling Rose attempt once before, that his cubes didn't want to go into the square format, and I didn't know what to do. They kind of just tilted out, but maybe that's one of the benefits of going in the row format
Mhm.
is that there's less pushing apart. Um,
Row with an E and without, that's the format.
correct. Braden Adams, the man, the myth, the legend, West Virginia's finest.
Yeah.
Here he is memorizing. I really wish I had more to say about Braden. Braden, lovely competition organizer. I was just at his house 2 weeks ago for FMC Under the Mistletoe. Wonderful guy.
Yeah.
I know he is quite experienced. I mean, we did see a little tag down there, the first sub-5 3x3 solve in West Virginia.
Mhm.
There's a lot going for Braden Adams here. He is an excellent, well-rounded competitor. So trying to step into the multi-blind game. All three of us on the commentary team would like to apologize. We forgot to bring Braden more multi-blind cubes.
Yeah.
I brought him as many as I could. I brought my 2 logoless cubes. I'm doing all I can.
I did not bring any. I forgot.
Yeah, I unfortunately was in a rush this morning figuring out my travel plans and I forgot.
Yeah, I mean, as the biggest Braden Adams fan here, I would like to say that he's just a great competitor to be around.
Yeah.
It's always a joy for him to be at comps.
I think
Sorry, I have something
Yeah.
very important to say.
Mhm.
So you provided 2 logoless cubes
Yes.
for Braden. Is that all you had to provide? Because I'm looking right now
Well, this is he did
off the side of the table. For you can't see it at home. There is another logoless 3x3 sitting right here. That's not with Braden Adams.
see I offered
what's
that one.
what's the reason behind that?
I offered it. It was denied inexplicably. He said no. And I have a cube in there somewhere, so I'm cheering for Braden a little bit more than the rest of the guys. I gotta,
I'm
Yeah,
definitely
someone I missed.
cheering for Braden.
Yeah.
I'm cheering, I think most of all for Sean Mack.
Yeah.
Delegating this attempt, scrambling this attempt. As someone who has been stuck doing that many of PBQs, because I don't do the
It is
blindfold.
a thankless job.
It is a thankless job. Being a delegate for one, but being the scrambler behind PBQ competition.
Yeah.
Woof. We see potentially the first execution start going on right now. Pierce Tickle in the bottom left of your screen.
If I'm not,
Yeah.
no, Ryan is still looks like, or no, is that? That's Rowe.
That is
That's
Rowe.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I very thankful for Braden. Thankful that he was able to drive me down here. He is over the past few days, especially, become the face of the Mid-Atlantic region.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Quite literally.
For those, this competition takes place in the Mid-Atlantic region,
Mhm.
the greatest region out of the United States. I mean, the first region. Hello.
I mean, number one.
Number one.
Yeah.
Stars gotta respect their stripes.
And Stone Pain, everybody. Yeah, truly. Dude, I don't even know where I was going with this. Yeah, a great region. Braden Adams, former delegate in our region,
Yeah.
is now the face. Literally, we were on a Zoom call discussing commentary for this competition, and I got a really good screen grab of Braden Adams, and it is now the banner for our community's Discord server. So shout out Bray Bray.
Yeah, B Adams.
Back to Joshua Gao here. We see more memorizing. I believe these are packs of 10. So we have 2x5 for Joshua. Joshua attempting 56, was it?
Yeah, it looks like I can't tell if that's 4 or 8, or if it's 4 or 5 across. It's hard to tell.
It looks like 5.
Does it? No, it's
Yeah, we'll find out soon enough.
It looks like 4.5, which is
It does look
definitely
like
not the
4.5.
case.
Somebody who I think,
Yo, let me just
yeah.
I'll just look it up and then we're good.
In the meantime, somebody who I don't think we've talked about a ton.
Sorry, I was right with 4.5. He does 8 packs long term, 4 pass, and then 10 packs for mid and short term,
Okay, well.
3 pass. So I'm gonna say 4.5 was right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 4.5 That's right.
Somebody who I don't think we talked about a ton is Andrew Tao.
Yeah.
Arguably sleeper pick, but at this point, I
Not-
don't even
not
think
re-
he's really a sleeper pick.
I mean, he's your
He's your
reigning
world champion.
world champion.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw a world championship with Rowe, Graham, Stanley, Joshua Gao,
Yeah.
and Andrew
Tao
Tao
came
being
out.
able to come out on top at that competition. I think it's time to, I mean, I've been putting respect on his name,
Of course.
but like, we really got to start talking about Andrew Tao choosing to sit this first attempt out.
Yep.
He was
Yeah.
actually down here earlier saying like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this one. Do either of you know anything about
I
that?
don't, but
I'm
honestly,
trusting you.
yeah.
I know you're a Pyraminx guy, but you know a lot about multi-blind through your connections.
Yeah. I don't know what exactly the strategy is there. It could be something where he doesn't have very many palaces, or he's just not feeling like it. There have been instances where multi-blind solvers have maybe gotten into cycles of negative thoughts or just had, small things go wrong, and then that it's enough to derail your attempt. And so it could have been any number of things. He may have just not wanted to, showed up late. I mean, it could be really anything.
I do think I think what's really interesting is that it doesn't really matter for him, like he's third on the psych sheet.
Mhm.
So like he can still make that second round no problem, especially it's top 75 advancement. It's really easy for him to just take these latter two attempts these latter two attempts and just push on to that second round like nothing happened.
Yeah, and I mean, if he's not
Going
going
to step out for a moment.
yeah, if he's not going for a PB, it's really, what does he have to prove on
Right.
attempt one?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it could be any number of things.
Yeah. We've got Graham Siggins here in the frame. I can't tell exactly where he is in his memo.
Yeah, I believe he started on the from the camera's view on the right side.
Right.
So he's moving along. I'm not sure how far into the attempt we are
If I'm not
now.
mistaken, we're about 30 to 40 minutes into these.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we're getting most of the way through. Should be getting a lot of our solvers entering the execution phase soon.
Yeah.
So a little bit more exciting there. There will be things happening, not
Yeah.
just people looking at cubes, people solving cubes. That's kind of what we all like to do.
So while we're in this bit of a lull, Michael, how have you been? Like it's been a while.
Yeah, I've been busy with school,
Yeah.
but still a cube whenever the dust settles and I have a little bit of free time.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about yourself?
I think I'm pretty much the exact same. I started college this year. Broke my foot. So it's been a bit of a wild semester. I think this competition is sort of a nice like intermediate like point in the
Mhm.
between semesters where it's like sort of ease my mind off school, get to come here, commentate for a little bit, and then come back and you know what I mean.
Yeah, this competition I will say is very exciting to me because it's I believe the first competition I've attended but not competed.
Wow.
So it's definitely a little bit of a different perspective. There's not the same sort of pressure that there usually is, so
Mhm.
it's a lot more social kind of event, and I'm excited to take that on.
It definitely looks like Stanley is reaching the end of his memo. Sure.
Yeah, I'm curious how many packs he has over there.
Yeah.
I mean behind us. This way? Yeah,
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like he is reaching the end of his memo here. He did 63, so if this is a 7-pack, then that'll be the last pack he's looking at.
And then I'll have
And then after that he'll do, I guess, any review if he chooses, and then begin his attempt. Actually, it looks like he has 6 here, and so he might be leaving the 3 blind cube for last and then review this one.
that's
and
what I
then
was thinking.
begin
Yeah.
soon. So
Yeah.
yeah, we might get to see Stanley begin his attempt soon, which is very exciting because he was surprised us with
Yeah.
this large an
This is
attempt.
a world record attempt.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is very exciting to see how this will go.
Sorry, handling some logistical stuff. If you guys can keep it rocking. I'm
Oh, yeah,
I'm on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter. I'm handling stuff, I promise. Something worth noting, the attempt did start at 4:30. It is 5:15
We're
now.
45 minutes in, and it looks like
Yeah.
Stanley's reviewing his last pack, and then he's got that 3 blind cube off to the side, and he's just gonna get straight into it.
Yeah, so getting to the exciting part of the attempt here.
So, we're reaching. We've got a couple of people already in exec now. We can see Pierce in the background doing a bit of starting his solves. When we're looking at these top cubers, obviously memo is going to be the bulk of the attempt, but how long does it normally take for each of these top cubers to do a cube? Like, obviously, it's going to be a lot more time than in a three blind.
I believe their goal is like to aim for sub 20 per
Right.
cube.
Mhm.
I
here we go.
I think Graham is averaging around 18 for
Yeah.
execution.
Yeah.
Stanley Chapel starting out.
Yeah, so Stanley's on his three blind cube right now, and then he's going to move on to his
That's one down.
one down.
Yeah.
One down, 62 to
There
go.
you go.
Yeah, very exciting stuff.
He's attempting 63.
Don't cry or spill milk. That's all I got.
Another solve cube from Stanley Chapel, and Stone Payne is so excited
Absolutely
that
demolished.
I mean,
that
I feel that way on the inside. It's almost we can't help but express it. That's just how it is. This is exciting stuff. This is, I mean,
another
3 of
solve
3.
cube from Stanley Chapel. We are going to excuse Stone Payne from the broadcast as he goes to grab paper towels or some other de-dampening product.
I mean, it's a wood table. You gotta be careful.
You cannot be using
I'm
tissues.
gonna get a little bit of like
You have no idea, like that's not gonna do anything. You're just making it worse. Stone Payne, everybody.
Thank you. I'll be back.
It's about love of the game.
All right. Stanley Chapel, big thing we saw on his fourth cube. Looks like he solved edges and then kind of blanked on corners, but he set it off to the side where he can remember it. Hopefully,
Yeah.
that can be recalled. Row, 3 blind cube right there. 2 3 blind cubes.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like that's right. And so he'll be starting his attempt here.
Of 62.
Yeah, 62 cubes. So we'll see where Graham is in his attempt hopefully shortly, and then he'll probably be also beginning execution.
I was really expecting like commentating multi-blind was that solved?
Yeah, I believe so.
I thought I saw one of the bottom corners still looking a little shaky. If not,
I mean,
we'll see. We'll potentially get another angle.
we'll tell another 61.
Yeah. But man, I was gonna say something, but I forget.
Commentating multi-blind?
Yeah, really, it's flown by. I mean, 45 minutes. I think it's going to be well worth everyone sticking around for at least 2 attempts a day. That's really 2 attempts a day keeps the bad times away.
I like that.
Please stick around. I will be less funny. Graham starting his attempt. Let's get back to the multi-blind solving. I know where I belong. 2 cubes down.
Yeah.
Graham Siggins on to the next. How many?
64. So he's doing 66 total.
Okay.
Yeah. And I will say, so Stanley started his attempt a little bit before Rowe and Graham. I'll be interested to see if that's any indicator of performance or if that's just variance and maybe even a result of Stanley doing a different number of cubes than Graham.
Yeah, we see a lot of our competitors have started their execution phase. Joshua Gao is
wow.
mowed through, what is that, 9 cubes, and they all look solved. I really hope I did not jinx him there. That's a 10th one for Joshua Gao attempting.
It's not ESPN. We should be able to talk about stats. Sports fans.
I
love sports out here.
Okay.
Sports.
Stanley
sports fan.
Chapel on good pace. That cube that he missed or forgot some memo on, he did set off to the side even more, but hopefully going to be able to recall.
Or is that a second cube? It looks like it might be in a different state than the other one. So that could be the same cube, or that might be a different one.
I think it's the same because it was placed on top of the pack he's working on currently and has now been shifted off to the side. I remember it had edges solved at least.
Mhm.
Stanley taking a long time, a long pause on that cube and interested to see if
he does have wiggle room attempting 63.
looks like this one is going to be a peanut.
So, I mean, again, it doesn't even need to be, this attempt doesn't need to be like flying colors here.
Sure.
It's really just, okay, get a good attempt, move on to the next. But yeah, flying through.
Yeah,
I mean,
like that paused in phase when he's
I spoke too soon. I'm sorry. Is he able to catch himself?
Was that the out?
He caught himself.
I don't think so.
That wasn't the okay.
It was close. Yeah.
Yeah, right now looking like Stanley only has one DNF so far and one cube kind of in memo limbo, if you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
But Stanley, I mean, truly a savant of blindfolded solving. He's going to be able to keep things moving.
Some commentary from Brandon Lynn in the chat. Apparently, the rationale behind row using rows
Mhm.
is because the MGCs are too magnetic to put in packs. So
Ah,
that would make sense.
interesting.
Yeah.
Brandon Lynn, thank you. Speaking of row, I think we see two DNFs already from row sitting in the solved cube pack. We see the one quite obvious, and then the one below the cube he just stacked on top.
Yeah.
So already, I think, how many was row attempting again?
62.
62. So we are shut out from any type of PR
Mhm.
for row. Maybe no, his PR is 60 points, correct? It's a 61.
63 out of 66, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
So maybe
Yep,
we'll get
66.
back to you. Miles Greco here. One DNF currently that we can confirm, but 5 more solved. Gonna see 4 more solved, miscounted. Yeah, still quite a ways to go. We are gonna be seeing these solves wrap up within the next 9 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, like these competitors haven't got a lot of time to finish their attempts. You know, obviously there's a lot they can do in these next few minutes, but we're gonna be coming down to the wire.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that all pans out, especially for Stanley's attempt because he's never done this many in competition before. Doing attempts at home is one thing, but with the pressure of a competition, see if he was able to manage his time well, or if that was maybe a weak point of this attempt.
I don't know if you'd be allowed
Ooh.
to say, Michael, but do you know the most he's attempted at home?
I do not. So it'll be interesting to see if what the rest of his attempts look like,
Yeah.
especially with such a big attempt
It's
here.
looking like Graham is.
I was gonna say Graham Siggins currently has 4 DNFs and at least
Plus
one
two,
one
yeah.
plus 2, which could be a DNF. We only see the one side, but in the
Mhm.
background, Joshua Gao looks like he's been
He's
crushing
been
it.
I believe he's been perfect. Yeah.
I think there might be a DNF there. We'll have to get another angle. Ooh, there's another DNF from Graham Siggins, definitely out of world record contention on this attempt.
I do have to wonder, like he's been down here for a while. He's been doing a lot of multi. Is it that he's saving himself, or is it that maybe he's a little mentally exhausted? I say that as he just got a solved cube, but
Yeah, I don't think for these attempts anybody's really going to be too concerned with trying to like save their energy or maybe safety stuff until it really comes down to like the last attempt or anything. So looks like maybe just a little bit of a rough attempt for Graham, which I mean that's how it goes when you do hard
Speaking of-
things.
Yeah, speaking
rough
of
attempts.
rough,
Not
this
for Joshua.
this
Yeah.
has not been rough. I mean, I could get real close to the screen and count how many cubes we have solved for Joshua, but he's crushing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is a great attempt. It looks like he's finishing up his second big group of cubes here, and so far has everything solved. Absolutely just I mean, great stuff so far.
Yeah.
It's so peaceful and satisfying
Yeah.
to watch. I mean, coming
Yeah,
back
looks
here to
like-
Stanley, I see
You see at least 3.
at least 3 DNFs, potentially more. That
The limbo
forgotten recall cube. We do a very early give up. I wish we had a term for that. There probably is, and I'm just forgetting it. But giving up on that cube very quickly, probably saving time to complete the rest of the attempt. Not a bad idea from Stanley.
Mm.
But now we see at least 4 DNFs guaranteed.
Yeah, and then with that many DNFs, that does take him out of world record contention. Although, I mean, this is the first attempt he's done where the maximum points would be a world record, so it's, you know, not a tragedy or anything. Obviously, you know, you want to get world records every time you attempt them, but on the first attempt is might be a little bit more than it is reasonable to ask.
Yeah. Looking at row here, I'm only seeing 1 DNF.
Looks like they're back in, yeah.
And 2.
I believe he at least had
I think
2.
I'm seeing 3.
Yeah, it looks like
we'll
three
see.
We'll
at
see.
least,
Yeah.
but
We haven't gotten anything in WCA live yet. Looks like nobody's quite wrapped up their attempts, but we'll be seeing that in the next 5 minutes or so, I guess.
yeah, and with looks like Graham he had a few DNFs, Stanley having a few DNFs as well. It'll be interesting to see how if Joshua Gao is able to keep up this incredible success rate, see how the rankings after this first attempt end up. See if the bigger attempts with Rogram and Stanley end up helping their ranks, or if Joshua was able to do 10 less and place a little better.
Yeah.
As I say, we will keep you all posted with live results as soon as we get access to them. If you'd like to keep track yourself, you can go to WCA Live. That is the platform. This competition, again, Multi Mayhem Virginia 2026, the place to be right now. Curran Wilson, back to him, using yellow top, orange front.
I mean, if that isn't the most current thing ever, I don't know what it is.
Very, very peculiar, but I see a lot of solved pieces.
That's what Graham does
I
too.
think Curran might be on a good pace here.
Yeah, Curran does have a perfect. He has a 9 out of 9 in 52 minutes. I'm not sure our view of his is a little blocked, but I'm not sure if he has any DNF so far.
How many cubes is Curran attempting, Michael?
He's doing 11 here.
Okay, so he has the potential to get a PR.
Yeah, he can get one DNF and still on time get a new
Yeah.
PR.
I think we're well past
think
the
we're
time
probably
marker, though,
past.
unfortunately. I think we are looking right now, we are 56
Something like that.
minutes into the attempt.
I think we were looking at like a 4:35-ish start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay.
time
We'll find out.
will tell.
Yeah.
And that's not even a clock pun. No clock at this competition.
Good.
Can we get Nux? Nux on that one? Amazing, guys. Ro Hessler coming here. We do see, I think, 1 to 2 more DNFs have been added to that pile.
Yeah.
Another solved one going in as well. I mean, you have to think the failure rate on some of these cubes, it's bound to happen. Like a high N out of N success rate. Saw another DNF cube just appear there, even though he put down a solved one. Maybe like this first attempt, it's okay. This is the baseline we have for the rest of the weekend.
Another DNF.
Another DNF for Rowe. This is the baseline. This sets the tone who to watch this weekend.
Yeah.
Stanley Chapel, many DNFs now. I think we started to lose count. At least 6 or 7.
But I think ultimately for Stanley, like this is just gonna be a
Sorry.
I think ultimately for Stanley, this is just gonna be a test run. You know what I mean? He's got 6 attempts. Like this is ultimately just gonna be a test of what exactly he can do with this many cubes, you know, pacing and such. Like I don't think at this point he's too worried about his success rate.
Yeah, Braden Adams, 1 solved cube. I did see something going on with Braden's first attempt, so we could still see some more. Are those my keys?
Yes. No. Maybe so.
Maybe. Either way, sorry. Well, I'll figure that out later. Braden did have an incident, I believe was given an extra attempt at the start. I saw his cubes. I saw him sitting in front of his cubes and not really memorizing them at the very start of the attempt. Joshua Gao, 1 DNF.
At least, but I mean, dude,
even if that 1 DNF is all there is.
Looks like we've got a finisher. I'm not exact. Is that mine?
That is Curran.
Current.
That just stood up.
Yeah, and I don't not sure if Curran.
Attempt.
Yeah, look, I can't see any DNFs right now that Curran has. It looks like
It looks like he's checking.
Curran Wilson, 11 out of 11 in 55 minutes, confirmed.
Wow.
Rue Flippinger.
Yeah, that's
My goat,
so.
but yes, we have at least our first guaranteed one.
There you go.
Yeah, very exciting for Curran to get a new PR by 2 cubes. So very happy for him on that one.
Yeah.
We see success for 1 swimmer. Can Joshua stay afloat at the end of this attempt here? Thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Fine.
What? What are you doing?
What is that?
We did see it. It looks like a very nice patch of solved cubes for Graham and then just another one. So maybe just one pack had a bit of a memo error. That chair's squeaky.
I know, dude. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Nah, you're good.
But
Paul. See Rich Tyag there, amazing delegate coming out of Maryland. I was gonna say Maryland, Pennsylvania, but that's like not right.
That's not a thing.
Not right now.
The delegate I've worked with the most in my time as a delegate. Overall great guy, great delegate. I mean, more than 37.
Another DNF there from Graham, unfortunately. Gonna hope that these competitors can maybe grab some dinner, really lock in on this next attempt later tonight. We're looking at a second attempt at what, 6:30?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
5.
it's quite a bit later, so it will be interesting to see how competitors handle the break if they go get a meal, what they do, or just rest, relax, try to get their minds ready for the next attempt.
And at this point in Virginia, it's already dark out. You know what I mean? It's already been a relatively long day, and it's
Yeah.
been a long week for a lot of our top guys here. So I can imagine, like, people are tired, people aren't necessarily performing at their best. So
Yeah.
I think a reset is really going to help.
I think this might be Ro's
This looks like his
last
last
row.
pack.
We're kind of, I'm sorry that we're blocking the way. If I could, I would reach up and pull us down, but I think that's the last row for Ro
Yeah.
out of his memo.
Yeah. Well, Stone,
Ours.
you mentioned it getting dark here quite early. It'll be interesting to see if there's any sort of noticeable impact from like people seeing outside and then their body's internal
wow.
clock adjusting.
Yeah.
One more row for Ro.
I do wonder if he's going to finish in time.
Yeah, I mean, delegates and organizers and just judges overall are keeping a very close eye on these stopwatches. So I can only imagine we'll keep an eye on it. Stanley Chapel, many, many DNFs still. This first attempt of 62 cubes,
63.
63 cubes, maybe not going the greatest.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have this pack and another 8-pack. So time's going to tell if this pans out well for him over the weekend. Maybe he plays it safe on one of the next few attempts, but
Yeah.
I really don't see Stanley not going for
No, I
it.
still firmly believe he's on pace to contend for it at some point. I just think that
Absolutely.
this is his first attempt of this size, and you need to get your footing. You're not coming in, if you're Yihang, for example, you're not coming in on your first round ever and expecting to get a sub-5 average. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Graham Siggins here, a handful more DNFs. I mean, definitely not a stellar attempt from Graham, maybe a bit outside of his expectations, but going through Graham kind of avoiding setting expectations for attempts.
Yeah.
Um,
If we could pan over to Josh Gao, it looks like he's still going really strong in his success rate.
as I say, Joshua definitely on the best pace right now
Yeah.
to come out ahead in this first attempt.
Mhm.
Yeah, we might be discovering that competitive swimming is the key to high success rate. This
Yeah.
could be big for the program.
I'm not seeing that many.
I think
Yeah,
there's
maybe a
I think-
second one, but
I think we
that's
saw one or two, but
yeah, still an absolutely great success rate.
Miles
Greco.
the show here.
Miles, we know Miles is done with this attempt now.
Yep.
At least, I mean, that's something, but
Yeah,
maybe he could sit down. Sean Mack, everybody,
yeah.
judging cubes.
Shout out to
Looks like
Sean Mack
Miles
doing
is gonna
the
have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 maybe.
Well, counting how many he has
Yeah.
missed, there's 8.
4. So
So
14, yeah.
14 out of 22 for Miles Greco.
Not gonna be anything great for him, but
It is
start
a
to the week.
success.
It is a success.
It is a
Good start to it's a
6
decent
point.
start to-
success for Miles.
yeah.
Joshua still crushing it. I really hope he has time to finish off this last pack.
Yeah.
It's all eyes on him.
We're gonna head back over to Josh, hopefully finish the end of his attempts.
Panning shot of the room, everyone, kind of wrapping up here.
Yeah, we see we've only got goats left. We have
Yeah.
Stanley Chapel. I mean,
Caleb Kearney.
yeah.
Caleb Kearney scrambling this attempt. Pennsylvania represent.
I will also note, it doesn't look like Noah competed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, but
Okay, so Noah's got, yeah.
yeah. Let's see if
Thinking WC live yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
But we'll get those results to you guys as soon as possible.
I
After
think
these last three.
There is a new DNF
I
from
think
Joshua
we're
Gow.
getting-
I
yeah.
think 3 DNFs is the number we're currently looking
I
at.
believe so.
2 of them
Yeah.
being quite recent.
Yeah.
still just an incredible attempt. What
Yeah.
do we know how many points his PR is?
I'll look right now. As I head off of Curran's page. Josh Gow is a 46 out of 51. So that's going to be
41 points.
41.
Another DNF
Okay.
for Josh Gow. Maybe folding to a bit of pressure here.
But-
Judge
so-
real close to the stopwatch.
is this guaranteed?
That is
He's at-
Is that a guaranteed PR for
So-
Josh?
I'm not sure. We're gonna have to get an official count, but we see. I think there are at least 6 DNFs for Joshua.
Yeah.
2 of them being on cubes. He didn't even get to attempt.
sucks.
Oh, that
Yeah,
is a
That
bummer.
does mean any second here Graham is going to be stopped. So we'll
Yeah, it looks like we can see the somebody behind him waiting, and we'll give him a tap on his shoulder when the hour has expired.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see somebody back there holding the stopwatch.
I believe that's Ari. Ari Randers
Ari
Pearson,
Randers
everyone,
Pearson.
of University of Virginia fame.
Yeah, and
4x4 fame.
absolutely just incredible 4x4 solver. Has been on multiple championship podiums, pioneered
There it
the
is.
VA method.
We are seeing several
Finished up.
Rowe
Yeah.
sitting there with 3 cubes as well. That looks like he didn't even get to attempt. Gotta wonder if these competitors maybe lost track of time.
So I believe that's everybody now. So how are we feeling after this first attempt?
Joshua Gao.
Yeah.
2 words. Joshua Gao.
One word, that was spectacular.
Yeah.
So, Joshua crushing it on this first attempt. Definitely one of the big names that we're going to want to keep an eye on for the rest of this competition. Graham Siggins, we see at least it's over 10 DNFs for Graham. Just counting the cubes that we see on the left side of the screen right now.
Yeah.
An eventful attempt for sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how people adjust, if it's number of cubes that they pick or just more internal things like their mental, or maybe they spend the start of their day a little differently and see how everybody takes the attempts tomorrow and even the attempts later today.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, we do still have dinner to come. I'm assuming competitors maybe have not grabbed dinner yet.
Yeah.
That might play an aspect, an empty stomach versus a full one. Speaking of empty and something to be desired, Stanley's attempt was just in frame, and now he's in frame, covering up Braden Adams, unfortunately. Stanley looks like almost half of his attempt was DNFs. Quite unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's just kind of the risk that I think you take when you try these big jumps and, try something that, potentially nobody has done before, going for a potential new world record. So just part of the risk of it.
I think everyone right now is wrapped up except for Braden Adams. Braden Adams. Wrapping up here. No, Ari. Bummer. Thank you. You heard me. Braden, there looks to be a lot of solved cubes. Braden kind of shaking.
Yeah.
Just got to take my word for it. There's like no good angle of this. Everyone's surrounding Braden.
Yeah, but my cube's solved.
Give him space. I mean, no judge looks super close to him, so I think he's got time.
Let my man breathe.
We're super locked in.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're more excited about this than we are.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Braden either getting a judge tap or head shake. Looks like disapproval from Braden Adams. And I think we're done.
Yeah.
I think that is every attempt in Stone, our results guy.
He's got not much.
Someone should be putting in the data on WC Live. We're going to get on that for next attempt.
How are we feeling though? I mean, I think that, by all intents and purposes, that was not a great attempt for a lot of our top guys, but I do think it was sort of an introduction to what the weekend is going to be. We have 5 more attempts. There are a lot of cubes to be solved. You know what I mean? It's going to be really interesting to see how things progress over the next couple of days, and the mindsets these guys are gonna end up having.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It sets the stage for a very interesting weekend of with lots of potential for maybe some upsets. And really just incredible performance all around.
Yeah, but ultimately, I don't think this is representative of what the weekend has to offer.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is like 5 o'clock on a Friday night.
Yeah.
Quite a lot to offer as we're joined again, man of the hour, by Mike Greco.
I was just gonna say, you all cut it whenever you all want, and we'll put the slide up, and
I
if
think,
you
I mean,
guys want to keep talking, go. So
I really don't think that we have much more to show, so we will be back here at 6:45 with attempt 2 of multi-blind. Do you guys got anything you want to say? What was your favorite moment? Nope, the slate's up.
Yeah.
Quick, go.
Joshua Gao really surprised me. I knew he was good, but that was very exciting. I'm very pleased with how well he did.
Yeah, I mean, Joshua Gao, I think, is the star of the attempt. I don't think there's much more to say.
Yeah. Results will tell. Time will tell. We will see you all back here at 6:45 for multi-blind round 1, attempt 2 here at Multi Mayhem Virginia 2026.
Let us know that you were ill this afternoon, or do you want to just stay silent? It's up to you. Okay, people will wonder.
Welcome back, everyone, to Multi Mayhem Virginia 2026. I am Zach Rydell, joined with
Michael Nielsen.
Stone Payne.
and so far, right now, we are about to get ready to start attempt 2 of multi-blind round 1. Let's recap what we saw in the first round. Results have been put in and made official into WCA Live. Leading the pack, Joshua Gao with a 50 out of 56. I mean, we saw his performance. He was going perfect until like 20 or 30 cubes in. He had one DNF, and his time or his point count should have been even way better. But he ran out of time, so he wasn't able to start 2 of his cubes. Next up, Ro Hessler with 48 out of 62. That is how many points? Someone do math for me. 34.
Yeah.
34 points there. So quite the big jump. Almost that is a 10-point gap between first and second right now. We see Graham Siggins rounding out the projected podium with third. 49 out of 66 there for Graham Siggins.
32.
I'm not Braden Adams. That's fine. Sorry, I had a lot of fun. I think I'm just gonna jump down the list here, and the next notable result that we have, 32 out of 63 for Stanley Chapel. That's 1 point. 1 point. We did see Stanley get off to quite a good start. We're seeing something new from Stanley of really trying these large number multi-attempts, which we have never seen from him before. And things were looking good, but didn't really pan out all that well in the end.
Yeah, I mean, like I was saying earlier, I don't think this is going to be indicative of what there is to come. I think, Stanley 1 point, like, he's not getting that normally unless he's going for like a really, stupidly fun team, like 2 out of 2 attempt or something like that. So, like I said earlier, I don't think this is going to be indicative of I don't think this is going to be indicative of what there is to come. But yeah, again, like I said earlier, Joshua Gao, like, this was his attempt.
Yeah, absolutely. Just ran away from the pack here. It was really, really a great performance. I would have liked to have seen if he could get the last couple cubes, but we won't know because he had time limits. So.
Yeah, you got to think. Let's put into frame the big 4 right now. We were originally just thinking the big 3, but Joshua making his presence well known. You got to think. What's Joshua thinking? I just got PR on the first attempt. I'm guaranteed next round. Like, we all know I'm going into the next round. There's no way he doesn't. Does he kind of go for more? He's conscious now of like, okay, I went a little slow on that attempt. Let's pick up the pace. What's going through his mind? Ro Hessler and Graham Siggins probably thinking alike on it could have been better. Like, definitely there's more potential there. So looking to showcase that off more. But really, what I want to know, if I could pick anyone to know inside the mind, would be Stanley Chapel.
100%.
Because Stanley right now is not locked in to another attempt here or to another round. Sorry, Stanley's locked into 2 more attempts.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any thoughts?
I think what's really going to be interesting is the fact that this is going to be our first attempt with Andrew. He decided to DNS the first attempt, maybe just to prepare, maybe just to clear his mind, maybe because he felt like he didn't need to. Whatever the case may be, this is going to be potentially the first instance we have at 4 people that are, or 5 people rather, that are guaranteed to. Sorry, that completely lost my train of thought there.
It's late.
Yeah,
It's 6:47 here in Charlottesville, Virginia,
Yeah.
at the Miller Center, the prestigious Miller Center. Like, I think this is like the most baller venue we have ever
We're
secured.
surrounded by presidents.
Yeah, like,
And their pictures.
I don't know who's above me. I know we got Bill Clinton over here. I really hope the person above me is super important because I'm gonna feel bad.
Yeah.
But we got Stone Payne and we got Michael Nielsen. Stone, of course, being the District of Columbia's only delegate, and a very good one at that. Michael Nielsen, he's him.
What more is there to say?
Yeah, no, truly. I mean, Michael,
It's been said.
I'm really looking forward to the national championship, North American championships later this year in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping I get a chance to interview again.
Yeah, I'm hoping I get a little bit of home field advantage. That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
And hopefully I do well enough to get one of those interviews. That'd be pretty nice.
I was gonna say you're one state away.
Yeah. So it'll be a short little drive. I'm pretty excited about it. So
It will not be a short drive for me. It was a 5 hour. No, I left from Pennsylvania at 7 this morning and did not get here until 2:30. It was miserable, but not as miserable as his next attempt coming up. We do we got we're having so much fun here. No, but we did receive word that there was a slight delay in scramble issues. There was a delay in scramble issues. There was an issue going on with scrambling, and since we want to make sure that every competitor gets the right scramble, we are going to be super safe than super on schedule. So we're going to chill out for that. We're just going to keep discussing. Again, going back to results, I know we kind of just looked at the top four, but something else we should pointing out. Curran Wilson with an 11 out of 11, as we mentioned earlier on stream. Miles Greco, 14 out of 22. Braden Adams with 6 out of 9. Ryan Farish, 12 out of 21. Keegan Joyce, 5 out of 9. And Pierce Tickle, a 4 out of 8.
Yeah. I don't know if there's anything super notable there besides Curran's 11 out of 11. That is his second, if I'm not mistaken, N out of N PR.
wow.
Yeah. He had a 9 out of 9 previously. I think he had a couple extra minutes tacked onto this one, but yeah, really impressive to see him going perfect again for another PR.
Yeah, I think he and Braden are having a little bit of a competition between themselves in this attempt. So I'm excited to, as their friends, see just how that goes.
Yeah.
And then, well, it'll be exciting this attempt because we'll have 5 big competitors with Andrew doing this attempt. So I'll be very interested to see where he falls into these rankings.
I do know now, at least, I was up there helping scramble some of this attempt. I really just double checked one attempt. Stanley Chappell has cut down on the number of cubes he is attempting this go around. Stanley did attempt 63 in attempt 1. He has cut that down now to 57.
Yeah.
So quite a big drop there. Maybe trying to play it a little more safe. I'm not sure how that again looks in retrospect to his past attempts.
Right.
Definitely more cubes than he usually attempts, but
Yeah.
maybe we could be seeing shades of like this is what he normally practices with, and then is like on attempt 1 kind of just went for it and it's like if it sticks, it sticks.
Yeah, I think that's probably what's happening here, where he just attempt 1, you still have 2 and 3 later. If things go really poorly, you can try to save it on those. Just go all out on attempt 1, see what happens, and then for this attempt, do something more realistic that he's more comfortable with, that he thinks he can get a very good result on.
I think another factor to consider is it's almost 7 o'clock here in Virginia. It's dark out, I don't know if you guys are feeling it, but I am exhausted personally.
Yeah, I have been up since 5:45 this morning, and I have been up now for 13 hours, and I'm as much as I like. If you told me like a week ago, like that I'd really enjoy commentating multi-blind like this, then like I would not believe you, or like I'd maybe believe you, but like I'm feeling it.
100%.
We are hitting flow state here in the Miller Center, the Miller Center basement.
Yeah. If I was awake for 13 hours, I think the first thing I would choose to do if I was Graham Siggins is another 350 multi and check that out. See, I don't know. How many does he get? We don't know. This is, you don't know until you watch. And see if he breaks his old record on his 300 attempt.
Yeah.
Please watch his attempt by Sunday, because on Sunday I would like to be able to start saying like
The number.
I'd like to start saying the number. There is a number, but
it's a big one.
it is quite a large number.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have some extra time here. I'm hoping keeping I have like counting 4 screens, 5 if I'm counting your phone, which isn't really giving me any information. We are locked and loaded, ready for this attempt to start. I'm having a great time. I'm really looking forward to like this. Like, I think this kicks off our road to championship season.
Yeah.
Like we have this, and then we're going to be seeing North American Championships 6 months from now. A lot of time for things to change, but that's the next big championship.
I think we're in the period that a lot of people consider the off season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No J. Cole.
I was kind of off, right?
But yeah, I think we're in, that state where, you know, this doesn't so much apply at this point if you're a blind solver, but for most top competitors, you are perhaps learning new things. You are sort of starting to dial in new techniques in an attempt to, learn and up your speed.
Speaking of attempt two,
Here we
coming
go.
up right now, competitors are entering the venue for the first time for attempt two. So for the second time.
Yeah. So, well, we have
I'm realizing how silly that sounds now, but Michael, you have an official count on attempts?
Yeah, I have Andrew Tao will be doing 60, Rich Tag 2, Rue Klippinger 7, Keegan Joyce 8, Ryan Ferris 16, Stanley Chappell with 57, Pierce Tickle 8, Braden Adams 9, Kern Wilson 13, Graham Siggins 64, Joshua Gao 57, and Miles Greco 21.
So, notably comparing like the first things that I thought of by hearing that list, Joshua Gao, even though he ran out of time on his attempt, he tacked on another cube.
Yeah.
He is feeling himself. And
Yeah.
if I were Joshua, I'd be feeling myself too. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
We do see Curran Wilson currently ranked fourth. Currently ranked fourth. This anything, guys? Okay. He tacked on 2 cubes. We did see Stanley again go down 6 cubes.
Yeah.
Seeing some big bumps from competitors. Maybe it's a little bit later in the day, a little more exhausted, taking the extra time. But we do see big names right now: Stanley Chappell, Braden Adams. Yeah, Braden's on the other side of the towel, so he's not seeing those.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we have a count on Rose or if he will be doing this attempt. It looks like if he is doing this one, I don't have a number on that. So,
Okay.
yeah, we will wait and see.
Yes, we will again get this information to you as soon as we can. We do see Roe, Andrew, Graham, and Stanley have taken their seats. Stanley started memo. Graham starting memo just now. See Roe, Andrew, and Joshua all getting kind of ready, prepped, zoned in.
I think Graham already began his attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I may have said his name on accident. My bad. Stanley Chappell.
Yeah.
Graham Siggins. Another name. Something, that we want to look out for that I know was mentioned. I don't know if Stone, maybe you want to go and detail on it as we see Graham start his memo. But going over as I pull up our survey answers, if you maybe want to go over Andrew Tao and what we want to look for.
Yeah. I think Andrew Tao, like I said earlier, perhaps not a sleeper pick, perhaps at once a sleeper pick, but I think he is somebody who you really need to be watching out for. He's from New York, so he has experience competing with Roe. He is your current world champion again in a world where we have the Stanleys and the Grahams and the Roes and even the Joshuas. He is world champion. He first learned how to solve a blind cube in November 2022. If I'm not mistaken, he has a 2022 ID.
That is correct.
And I was looking on his profile earlier. I don't believe he has a multi attempt until 2023. So he is presumably less than 3 years in the game. Yeah, he's he's like 2.5 years in of experience, and he's world champion.
Yeah.
I'm so washed up, man.
That's insane.
I'm so washed up.
That's insane.
Yeah.
He's not floating, which I think a lot of our competitors are doing, like at our top level. He's not using floating.
Our top level?
There.
Yeah.
There.
Our
Our
top level. But yeah, I think one thing, of course, that he mentioned when it comes to getting in that headspace, quote, "I try to get enough sleep the days leading up to the attempt." And he doesn't usually, end quote, he doesn't really warm up, which I think is really interesting. I would be interested to compare that to some of the other top competitors, just in a sense of what is it that they're doing to warm up and why is he choosing not to? I imagine it's probably to take some of that pressure off to, not be sitting doing a bunch of perhaps 3 blind cubes or doing a multi attempt and getting in your head about how you might do during the round itself. But I think that's really interesting. And that stood out for me in his profile. He deliberately chooses not to warm up. But yeah, he's using 8 packs, which I think a lot of a lot of our competitors are doing. Yeah, big guy to watch out for sure.
Yeah. And again, we see Roe Hessler. Hopefully we can get the picture-in-picture down. That way you'll be able to see Roe's attempt, but we'll come back to that. Joshua Gao, we see here again, attempting 57 cubes, ran out of time on attempt 1 and adds a cube.
Yeah, I'm curious what what adjustments he made, because if he's not making any sort of adjustments to account for the running out of time, then adding a cube makes no sense. So I'm curious what the adjustment is, if he'll just try to speed up the pace a little bit, or maybe take out a review, or what he's trying to do.
I mean, I really trust Joshua to make good decisions because he's like an incredible multi-blind solver, as we can see. So I think maybe now that he has a better feel of his pace, he feels confident to add that extra cube.
Yeah, very well could be. And he's also one of the younger competitors here. And I think it's interesting that we have Andrew Tao and Joshua Gao, who are both newer to the multi-blind game, and they're right up there with Rowe and Stanley and Graham. So definitely ones to look out for in the coming years, and even now.
Speaking of up and coming, it's really weird to describe Stanley Chappell as an up and coming multi-blind solver.
Yeah.
But I mean, we saw him attempt 63 cubes, and I really don't think Stanley Chappell would waste an attempt. I think he'd really try and try at the attempt. We're going to be able to get a count right now on Rowe. We see at least 30 solves currently packed, or 30 scrambles packed away. Getting a count, there's 12 more, 18 plus, I'm thinking that is 16. We're looking at 34, 64 cube attempt there from Roe Hessler. If I'm wrong, I am sure chat will correct me. Please do. But I believe that is a 64 cube attempt there from Roe Hessler.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm having trouble counting this one.
Yeah. Clock has struck 7. We are a couple minutes into this attempt. Our expected end time is looking at like 6:55 or so. So we'll keep
7:55.
7:55.
Yeah, late.
Correct. It's been a bit of a long day.
Late.
Yeah.
As mentioned, I'm taking every excuse I can get. Braden Adams getting a little warm in the venue, deciding to take off his
Something
sweater.
I've noticed about Braden, I've seen him do a lot of multi attempts. Something I've noticed about him is that he'll switch up his condition very often in a manner that a lot of other solvers will not. He's very open to moving around his harmonica holder. He'll take off his sweater. He'll reposition himself. And that's something that I feel like a lot of other competitors are not doing. Probably maybe because a lot of these top competitors don't have the time. But I do feel like as Zach and Michael are telling secrets to each other over here.
I'm trying to make sure I have the right number for Andrew.
But I do feel like it's really interesting to see how Braden adjusts himself during the round and maybe gets himself out of that like locked in sort of mentality to make those adjustments, but also gets himself perhaps into a better headspace.
I'm unsure of how many Andrew is attempting right now.
Got you.
I could have spent this time counting. I'm sorry. 60 cubes there from Andrew Tao. Do we know current PRs for Andrew?
Andrew's got a 52 out of 55, which is his world's winning attempt. Wow. So he's going for a PR.
Andrew is no stranger to 60 cube attempts. He has done once before at Virginia Championship, is that?
New York Quiet.
So not. But that 60, the last 60 pointer that Andrew has attempted was actually a 40-point success. So 10 unsolved cubes there for Andrew. Being able to see maybe trying to break that curse. Again, really all Andrew needs right now, 52 out of 55. He has a 49-point PR. So what does he need to
You can get 5 DNFs and get it.
5 DNFs. Thank you for doing math for me.
Yeah.
So 5 is the number we're looking for Andrew to potentially DNF. Oh, hopefully less than 5 actually.
Yeah.
But
I want the big numbers.
yeah, big numbers. That's what we're here for. I mean,
Yeah.
this is Virginia Multi Mayhem 2026.
Yep.
this entire thing, every single competitor is fueled by Mike Greco's passion for
Mhm.
this. I think everyone maybe they feel like they need to perform not for them, but for Mike.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think one thing that Mike, as I said earlier, has done a really good job of doing is not only putting on a very logistically well-run competition, but he's also built a sort of community. You know?
So I wasn't expecting to go back to fall cam.
Yeah, but no, he's also built a really, you know, well-fostered community. He's obviously got a lot of the top line solvers here, but he's also got us. And we are, you know, not top line solvers.
I am better than you both.
That's-
So
I can accept that.
I'm arguably infinitely better. Like statistically, infinitely better.
I mean, you could put it that way.
We could.
Yeah. So Rose coming in here. I don't exactly know what order he's going in. It does seem like he's moving through these cubes relatively fast. Of course, we'll probably be going back over them, but yeah, he's got his 3 packs of 10 moving on to Stanley here. He's on his second pack of 8. We are about 10 minutes into the attempt, so
Mhm.
no crazy progress made so far, but of course that'll change.
There's a lot of attempt
Yeah.
still left to go. I mean, we did see quite a late start for a lot of our solvers, it feels. I mean,
Mhm.
starting at that 45-minute mark,
Mhm.
trying to go into execution then. Michael, are you able? I remember you sent a very big message that I promise I read,
Yeah.
but if you want to maybe talk about like memo execution splits that these guys are looking for.
Yeah.
He is looking for his own message, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We have done our prep, but as
Yeah,
you
so-
can expect, there's a lot to memorize.
Yeah.
Yeah, so about 42 minutes for memorization and then 18 for execution is a normal with, some deviation for, skill and the attempt at and how many cubes people are attempting. So yeah, the bit of a late start for some of our competitors last time with about a 45 minutes and then 15 split. So hopefully they can get closer to that normal mark here. We don't have as many people running out on time.
Stanley Chapel here, 4 cubes into his third pack of 8. We do see in the background Pierce Tickle attempting 8 cubes, again, similar.
Here's
Like magic,
Yeah.
like magic he appears.
Yeah.
Say his name
Mm.
and he is Piers. I believe in Pierce Tickle.
Pierce is, if I'm not mistaken, he was one of our first competitors to start last attempt, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So once he gets going, I think is when we're really going to see. Obviously, he's not attempting a huge number of cubes, but once he gets going is sort of when we'll start, looking out for a lot of our top players to really start doing a lot of their execution.
Yeah, and again, there are like plenty more big names here. Even if like we are kind of focusing on like our big 5.
Mhm.
I mean, we got names like Braden Adams.
Mhm.
Braden Adams. I'm not gonna.
Oh, getting some suns out, guns out.
I was gonna say
I'll be fine.
he's
Yeah, and this is just normal for Braden.
yeah, it's good. I was tempted to call Braden like the bad boy of the Mid-Atlantic region. He's also like one of the nicest people we have, so it feels wrong calling him that. But like he's popping out guns,
Yeah.
like he's ready to go.
Yeah, it looks like he's one of the more relaxed competitors there, which that I would suspect works to his advantage if he's
Yeah.
not getting all worked up and worried about if his sweatshirt's on or he's just taking it as things come to him, and I think that is probably a big advantage for him.
Of course, we've got Miles Greco here, son of Mike Greco. Arguably the inspiration for this whole
He's
operation.
he's to blame. It's
Yeah.
it's not Mike, it's Miles again. But Miles, an amazing competitor. We did see a 14 out of 22 for him.
Mhm.
Attempt 1. He did cut back 1 cube. He's only attempting 21 this go around. So gonna see how that fares for him. Hopefully a higher success rate.
Yeah.
You can see in the background there Joshua Gao, what looks like, to be his second big block, but a third pack for Joshua Gao. Rue Klippinger. I love, my favorite thing
To go.
about about Rue.
Mhm.
Like always seeing like since New Jersey Quiet Champs, like the different colored cube
Yeah.
is so awesome. And it's
Yeah.
an interesting technique that I imagine at the top level multi-blind solvers no doesn't work for them. But if they're able to have these like different colored cubes and correspond to like different palaces and like can it work?
Mm.
I want to see someone try. I feel like there's a lot of potential.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential for this event that like may never be tapped
Mhm.
or explored
Mhm.
simply out of like attempts don't come by super often for these competitors.
Yeah.
So like I know during Rowe's chase for the world record,
Mhm.
he was all over the place.
Mhm.
Any attempt he could get, he would go for. So,
Just look at
Curran,
that frame of Curran.
Curran Wilson. But yeah, like going for any attempt that they can like afford to get to,
Mhm.
you don't want to waste it trying out maybe like a silly strategy, but that strategy might also be what it takes to get you to a record attempt.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And speaking of potential, it's not like this is our entire slate of competitors. As you said earlier, there are a lot of people who we haven't seen do attempts. Um, we've got Liam Chen, who is
Yeah.
not here right now, and he's not contending for that top spot. But I believe he's in like the high 20s in terms of number of cubes that he's been attempting. Um, we've also another notable name, Eli Rogers, going for a lot of those big blind.
Mhm.
Trying to fill out the profile.
Still going for five blind mean. I did see you got
Really?
PR single
Yeah.
the other day, I believe at New York Multimate.
We've got Tommy Cherry, who, I mean, need we say more?
Yeah. Like it's Tommy Cherry.
Yeah.
Like everyone knows that name.
hmm
Everyone in this room right now knows the name Tommy Cherry.
hmm
There's people off camera. Sorry, it's like it's more than just us. Yeah, and we are seeing like big names just not in this attempt right now. Noah Swore, another one,
hmm
not here for the second attempt, but hopefully we'll see more of Noah in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah.
What time is our first attempt tomorrow? I think now is a good time
Yeah.
to acknowledge what's to come. We have a bit of a break in the programming.
Yeah.
It's same memo.
So this will be our final. Yeah, I don't know where you were going with that one. This will be our final attempt for tonight, though. So as soon as this wraps up at around 7:55, that'll be it for tonight. And then we've got our final attempt of the rounds tomorrow morning at 10:15. So definitely make sure you're tuned in for that. I think that'll be really interesting. That is maybe, depending on how this attempt goes, that'll maybe be where we see some of these competitors fighting for those last couple spots. I mean, we have the 75% advancement to the next round, but that still means 25% of competitors aren't going to make it in. So I'm very interested to see how some of those lower spots played out. And then we've got a quick lunch break. 12:15 p.m. tomorrow is when we're going to see 4 and 5 blind. Those are going to be cumulative and those are going to be combined, which means that we're going to be seeing some people doing 4 blind and some people doing 5 blind at the same time. So that'll be really interesting to see what Stanley, Liam, Tommy, for example, which they choose to do first. I'll be really interested to see that. And then we'll have quite a long intermission. After that, we'll go into our first attempt of the second round of multi, which will be at 3:30. And then we'll have at 4:45, 4:45, our first round of 3 blind. And that'll be interesting for a number of reasons, not the least of which being the new format.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, three blind will be exciting. It's the fastest paced event that we have here, and then getting to see how that new format plays out actually, in reality and not just,
Yeah.
in our imaginations.
Something interesting that was brought up again, you're talking about 4x4 and 5x5. There's like a regulation exception.
Right.
And I think it just applies.
Yeah.
Don't ask a delegate what the regs are. But 4x4 and 5x5 blindfolded being ran with a cumulative time limit, so competitors can bounce between attempts.
Yeah.
Michael, you and Stanley are quite close, so I'm gonna hope that you know the answer to this question. When Stanley, again, being the guy that we're looking for 4x4 and 5x5 blindfolded, correct?
Yeah.
What is his thought process going into this? If you can share, if not, then we'll move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I think it's well, there's usually a lot of time scheduled into the 4 and 5 blind events, so he doesn't need nearly as much time as is provided. So I think he tends to just take it off how he feels. I think I got to judge his 4 and 5 blind at a quiet comp in I think 2023 may have been, and I believe he did 4 blind there first. But I don't know if I don't think that it's any huge thing, any big strategy that he has for which one to pick first.
Yeah. I think for a lot of our less fast competitors, that'll mean that you're sort of kind of thinking about in your head what to prioritize, right? Because there are going to be some of our competitors that aren't going to get all of their attempts for 4 and 5 blind, right? There are going to be some people who aren't able to do a full mean's worth of solving for maybe 5 blind. Maybe they already have a 4 blind mean and they want to prioritize 5 blind. Maybe they want to get it over, and so they do their 4 blind mean, which totally fair. So I think for competitors like Stanley, they're gonna take maybe 20 minutes of that time and be fine. But there's 2 hours scheduled for a reason.
Yeah.
We're gonna see how a lot of these competitors are using that time. Moving on to Sunday though, we've got right at 9 a.m. we've got a attempt of multi. Scrambling for that will happen the night before. So at 9 a.m. we'll just be ready to go. So those competitors will submit their cubes the night before. They won't have them overnight. I don't know if that'll affect them. I can't imagine they'll be doing any attempts.
I'm sure. I mean, I know the pre-competition effort that Mike Greco has put into this, and there's no way he hasn't thought of every single possible edge case for like making sure everyone has optimal attempts. I mean, Mike understands the workings of the multi-blind mind. I mean, of course, being quite close with the big three of Stanley, Rowe, and Graham, but also his son Miles. Mike's got a pretty good idea on like optimization for these big multimate comps. So I'm very hopeful that that won't be an issue for our competitors, as we see still floating around a room Miles Greco, namesake of the Greco. I got
Comes in a lot of cubes here.
Cubes. I've seen so many scrambled Rubik's cubes today.
Yeah.
That's it. I've also seen a lot of solved ones.
Maybe not as many though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riveting.
Man, we were on such a stride at attempt one.
It is late.
You know what? Let's see what we got fun fact wise. So we were talking a little bit about Andrew earlier. If you already got the list, I'm just gonna look at the list. Yeah, so
one thing that I don't think a lot of people know that Mike touched on earlier, Graham used to skate.
Yeah.
I think Graham still does.
Does he still skate?
I am fairly sure. I mean, I think it's like almost a part of his routine.
Yeah, I was able to the other day see some footage of Graham skating, and it was very impressive to see. It was, for it being something that, you don't see up front about Graham, it's kind of more of a hidden thing. It was very impressive to see how good he is.
Back to Andrew Tao, as mentioned, he was a percussion performance minor in college. So definitely, I think a strong suit for Andrew is rhythm, keeping a consistent pace between attempts. I mean, well, yeah, keeping a beat, but like Andrew is definitely, I feel like, got a very good internal clock. We did see with Joshua last attempt, kind of failing to realize how much time is left because you have a blindfold on. You don't really know.
Yeah.
But I feel like Andrew is like, he's flowing and knows exactly how much time is left in his attempt at all times.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting to note that 2 of our top competitors both have education in music, with Stanley and Andrew both having education in college about music.
Joshua instead of pursuing music, pursuing swimming, which you see another one of our, I'm going to call him a top competitor. He's 4th right now, Curran Wilson. Big day for swimmers.
Yeah.
big, big day.
One thing I'm wondering, when did Joshua Gao get on you guys' radar? Because for me, it wasn't until after that World's Podium.
Yeah.
I was aware of Joshua Gao before the world's podium. I'm not going to call myself like a day one, but I at least knew the name. I knew that he was crushing it as of late. Definitely, in case Joshua comes back and rewatches this, Mike Greco has been hyping you up for months. Like Mike sees something there, and I think after that first attempt, if you don't see something in Joshua, then
You're missing out.
we're
Take
we're
the
not
blindfold off.
take the blindfold off. We're not watching the same. We're not watching the same thing. Joshua's crushing it. Stanley on his fourth pack now. Joshua looks to be reviewing his first four packs as well.
Yeah, I think Joshua Gao, I think the first time I heard of him was the for his three blind world or multi-blind world's podium, and that's his only championship podium, which is really just incredible. The getting a world's podium is as hard as it is, or as hard as anything you'll do in cubing. So not having the experience of getting records or other championship podiums and then being able to get that world's podium really impresses me.
I think, we were talking about Andrew Tao being a 2022 ID. Joshua Gao is a 2023 ID.
Wow.
Joshua Gao, his first multi attempt was September 30th, 2023 So he's got
It's
just
over.
over 2 years.
It's over for me.
And he's podiuming at Worlds and attempting world-class levels of cubes.
Yeah, I mean, podiuming at Worlds after only 2 years of competing I'm sure it's a very short list.
Yeah.
So it's, even getting a Worlds podium period is very rare and it's incredibly difficult. And then doing it that, when you're still that new to cubing is just absolutely incredible.
Maybe like taking it another way, we'd be talking about Josh and Andrew's real like newness to cubing as a whole. Let's take it back. Ro Hessler has a 2009 ID?
2008.
2000.
Just for reference.
Correction.
Just for reference.
Yeah.
Ro Hessler, 2007.
2007 ID.
Just for reference. I was born in 2007. So Ro Hessler's ID is as old as me.
Older than Stone Pain. What month is his
first competition? March 31st, 2007. So
you got a little bit of time on
I was about a month and a half old when Ro Hessler attended his first competition at Cornell University.
Yeah. I get Ro Hessler, one of my favorite stats that there is. Ro is a part of, I believe, the second biggest gap in location world records. Currently the gap is held in like Hungary, because obviously the first ever world championship happened in Hungary, and then or happened in Budapest, and then another competition there many a years later had a world record. But Ro is a part of a chain, a 15-year gap, I believe, held in Cumberland County, Pennsylvania. His 2x2 world record and Zane's 2x2 world record.
Wow.
Both happened in the same area. There's something special there. Why am I not organizing a comp there right now?
Well, they're both sub ones too.
They were, but little differently.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing that's really interesting is that his most recent world record before his three blind or before his multi-blind in early 2025, it was in 2010 with a 0.96 on 2, I think.
Yeah.
So in the time that he has taken to break world records, I have lived pretty much my entire life.
Chat, make sure ladies and gentlemen, those watching at home, Braden Adams has put his sweatshirt back on.
I mean, this is
really
huge for the game.
Quarter zips are in style right now. I know. Your car pulled into the parking lot a minute after we did, or after I did. You were not in my car.
No.
But within a minute of seeing Braden, he was talking about his quarter zip, and here he is back with it.
And I think, when you live the life of a QZ, quarters is when you live the life of a QZ, I mean, you have to make sure everybody knows. It's just essential that and I see Zach eyeing
Stone's got a full zip on, but
I do have a
Braden
full zip.
Adams locked in, not even looking at a cube right now,
I mean,
just reviewing
you come to a
his memo.
multi-com with a QZ, you're not coming to play around. You're not.
It's short for quarter zip. It's slang. I wish I had a good segue, but there's really no way to segue into the greatness of Braden Adams. Again, a stellar, well-rounded cuber.
Mhm.
I mean, if we're well-rounded cuber,
Right.
Stanley Chapman,
Number one roundest.
the most
The roundest cuber.
Yeah.
the same man who said clock was the hardest WCA event and stood by it for
He's
years.
the most circular cuber.
He is the most circular cuber, the
Yeah.
least square.
The least cuber.
It's going to be a long weekend, folks, in the Miller Center in Charlottesville, Virginia. Multi Mayhem Virginia 2026. This is the road to the North American Championships, where we're going to see all these faces here competing again. I am Zach Rydell, joined by
Michael Nielsen.
Stone Payne.
And if you are just tuning in, this is attempt 2 of round 1 here at this competition. Joshua Gao, first place
Yep.
in attempt 1 with a 50 out of 57, 43-pointer. That is, I'm thinking of like a basketball, like a 43-pointer, like
20 less than LeBron. Or 20 more than LeBron. Happy birthday, LeBron.
happy belated LeBron. You are my sunshine.
Lego.
But I mean, Joshua Gao's last name comes quite close to GOAT.
Yep.
So he's getting there. I saw him shake his head as I said that.
I think that means that we'll see 23 on Joshua Gao's back. Not too far.
I wish we had cubing jerseys.
I do.
I feel like all of these people, all these competitors would I would love a jersey of like, what do I want a jersey of? I think I'd want a Michael Nielsen jersey.
I would love a Pierce Tickle jersey.
That would be solid. I'm with Stone on this one.
Yeah.
This is
And I think you can imagine why.
Andrew Tao on his 5th pack.
We are at that 30-minute mark at this point. So it's 7:25. The attempt started at 6:55.
Yeah.
So we are halfway through for most of these competitors at this point. Right. Not everybody's exactly at 30, but in just a couple minutes here, we're going to start to see some of our competitors with lesser cubes starting their exec. You can see Roe working through his next couple packs of 10. But yeah, we're coming up on it.
Yeah, I think it'll be about 10-15 minutes until everybody will be beginning execution, and then we'll start to see how everybody's attempts are shaping up, because right now it's all mental, so we can't really get too much of an idea of how things are going. But when the cubes start getting solved or don't get solved, it's a lot easier to tell how they're doing.
And you can hear it silent
the speed at
in
which he's
this
cooking.
auditorium in the Miller Center. I mean, it's
The speed at which he's
I don't
going
got a
through
pun
these
for this.
cubes
I'll
is
admit it.
kind of insane.
I mean, like right now, these solvers, I am fairly sure they're almost all at the space right now where they've looked at every single cube. Yeah, I feel like I'm confident in saying that, though I see a few unoriented cubes potentially for Graham right now. But these cubers have all started to at least see every cube that is to offer. So I'm hoping that maybe I got nothing. We're in this part of the attempt.
Yeah, I will say I do enjoy watching Roe tracing, because he moves the cube a lot more than most other competitors. So it's a very active process. You can see what he's looking at. Yeah, a lot more movement, and it's I'd say a bit more entertaining to watch than some of the more still competitors.
Yeah.
I think what you're looking to say is that Roe has motion.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Motion.
Yes.
That was incredible.
Yeah. We're in flow state. We're in Roe state.
I think if you
Can I get that? Can I
Roe
get that?
State, New York.
Can I get that?
leave it.
Oh, You see it here first, Charlottesville, Virginia. We are at the Miller Center, prestigious,
Yeah.
a hall of greatness, and we're looking to see who can cement themselves
I do have
into
to
the
say,
next
though,
great spot.
with the speed that, and maybe not even the speed, but with the way that Roe memorizes his cubes, like if you were to ever say that multi is not a spectator-friendly event, just look at Roe. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, truthfully, we like in the hour and a half that we've spent watching attempt so far, there's really only been like 3 minutes where I'm like, okay.
yeah,
But then like you get pulled back into it because then execution starts and then it's a race to the finish. It's
Yeah.
it's not a race to the finish. It's a race for the finish line to catch up to you.
yeah,
Because either you finish all your cubes or the timer stops.
Yeah.
And then every cube that's left becomes a DNF.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how Braden does on this. If the cubes he memoed with the quarter zip are anything compared to the quarter zipless cubes, this is, I mean, I'm
Maybe
very
that's like a part of it is like you're
Yeah.
absorbing memo into the clothing and then that's gonna be really awkward to like take the quarter zip back off during execution.
Oh, yeah. You think he's gonna do that?
I think maybe he'll just unzip it.
I do see, like, in the background, we've panned off of it now, but Braden, as I was saying earlier, like, he does really let his he does kind of wear his mental state on his sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he is he's the competitor who you can kind of sense the most out of. You know what I mean? Like, you can kind of always tell what state he's in. And not that that's a bad thing. I think it makes for a really interesting viewing of an attempt for him.
Yeah, like looking now at like the other competitors, they're locked in. We know we know nothing really, but like we can kind of get a vibe right now from Braden Adams on like he's chilling. He's just worried about like chewing his gum
Yeah.
and looking good in the quarter zip. Where our other competitors, it feels like poker.
Yeah.
It feels like every competitor has a poker face, and you can't really get a read on
Yeah.
how they're doing because no one, if like someone looks over, you don't want anyone to see the weakness showing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of them doing as much as wearing blinders. It's, they're really trying to stay locked in on their attempt.
When will we see, something that I think is like really worth talking about, something I wanted to bring up earlier, but I think now is fitting. We see world-class solvers right here, but right here, we see another world-class solver, Michael Nielsen, three-peat national champion in the United States, as well as world champion runner-up and several North American titles. You are, I would say, the greatest pyramid solver in North America and potentially the world, because I like you and you're cool. How do you approach the going to a competition knowing that any solve or any average could be world record, similar to Stanley, Tommy, Rowe, Graham, maybe pushing Andrew and Joshua?
Yeah, I think a big part of it is the anxiety comes from not meeting your expectations. And so you kind of get locked or you end up thinking a lot about, oh, what if this doesn't go well instead of thinking about when it does go well. And instead of just avoiding that, I found it better just to like confront that thought. And in recent times, I found that I sort of like help myself not get so worried about it by realizing that I've won a lot and I've also lost some that I would have really loved to have won.
Mhm.
And regardless of which one has happened, with time, I've been okay. So it just coming to peace with the fact that no matter what the result is or what the outcome is, I'll be fine and I'll still, it doesn't detract anything from me. I'll still be able to be good at the events that I enjoy and, compete at a high level.
Incredibly mature, Michael Nielsen.
It took years.
Not that you've ever been immature, but definitely like you. Yeah, no, like you never cease to amaze me. Amaze?
Late at
Yeah.
Miller.
It's late. It's late here at the Miller Center, Sharpsville, Virginia. Don't go anywhere. We
Yeah.
are going to start seeing competitors. We have hit the like 40-minute
coming up
mark.
on 40 minutes.
Yeah, we are going to start seeing competitors start execution soon if they haven't already.
Mhm.
Again, like these final memorizations coming. It looks like Andrew hasn't even touched 2 packs worth of cubes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that works. I don't know if maybe he started his attempt a little bit later. But yeah, if he did start at the same time as everybody else, that would be a little concerning. It looks like Stanley is finishing up his last couple cubes here. So he was one of the first big number solvers to begin last time. I don't know if that was just because the time crunch, because he was trying 63 for the first time officially, or if that's just what we'll come to see this weekend with him starting before most other competitors.
Yeah, I think, see down here at the bottom of the screen, yeah, right there. I think this might be a cube that he's set aside for three blind already.
Mhm.
Maybe, I think something that I'd like to find out before tomorrow starts. Do competitors look for their three blind cube during their attempt and see like, oh, this looks super good.
Mhm.
I should save this and like save it for three blind, or maybe the opposite. Like this is a harder cube to memorize. It's got a larger number of letter swaps for me to memorize. Maybe it's good to save this for the real short-term memory where I know I can succeed.
Yeah, I think it might just be something decided by order as well, where
Yeah.
the last cube you get to, you just already have chosen this will be the three blind.
Yeah. I think it would have been really interesting. Like in that first attempt, we're looking at Stanley's cubes, and we had those couple of cubes that were really interesting. I think it would have been really funny to see him like set that off to the side. And I can't imagine him doing something like that where he's like, that alone feels like it takes mental energy to be like, I'm going to set this purposefully easy cube, or maybe he's looking at something with a really bad scramble and he's setting that off to the side. Because I don't know. I can't imagine that would contribute much to his attempt.
I do see right now, Rowe is going through his passes, but he has a sight blocker sitting on his cubes already. I'm fairly sure that this is Rowe's last pass before he starts inspection or
Execution.
execution. A lot of
A
let
reminder on how many each.
Rowe is attempting 60.
Okay.
Joshua is attempting 57.
Okay.
Curran is attempting 13. Pierce is attempting 8. We are getting 57 from Stanley.
Okay.
Michael.
I don't know where we left off. The big ones are Andrew Tao is doing 60, Stanley is doing 57, Graham is doing 64, and Joshua Gao is doing 57.
Got you.
So, yeah.
Yeah, big names, big numbers to
Mhm.
look out for from these people. Maybe a little side bet action that we got going on. Who do you think is going to start their execution first?
Yeah, I think Stanley started his attempt on the earlier side. I think he and Graham were the first two to begin their attempts, to begin their attempts. And Graham is doing more cubes, and Stanley began his execution first the last time. So I'd suspect probably Stanley, or maybe one of the competitors doing a smaller number of cubes. So maybe like Curran, or I think he's actually
Yeah,
faked me out there. I got juked.
Rich
but-
Curran experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, of our main competitors, I'd probably agree Stanley. We've got this really nice view. We've got Stanley starting his execution.
Yeah, W production. Can we get W production in the chat
Yeah.
right now?
Spam W production.
I know we have an amazing team behind us. I don't know if they want me to shout them out by name, so I will not say your name until I get approval. But like Mike Greco, really making sure things are looking amazing behind the scene. There are more production team. It's there's a lot of people behind the stream and it's looking great.
And it looks like we've got
Graham. Yeah, Graham doing his three blind cube right now. Better hope that this is a success. Otherwise, it might be a very bad start for him. He's
yeah,
Man.
absolutely flow stated that cube and
Yeah.
commentator's curse. There you go.
maybe commutator's curse. Am I right, guys? But we did see, yes, Stanley Chappell with the very first start of the big solvers. Curran Wilson, you could see in the background getting ready to start. Maybe
Yeah.
doing a three blind cube. Joshua Gao, 3 cubes in already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a strong start again for Joshua. Hopefully he can keep it up.
I'm really excited to see what Joshua can do. He was obviously our winner for the first attempt.
Mhm.
He had a super strong, and he seems to be going at a slower pace, at least in comparison to Graham.
But I feel like he's definitely got a
But he's
lot of
definitely-
time. I mean, this is super early execution wise. We saw attempts start around like how many minutes ago?
About a couple of minutes ago. So they're hitting about that 40, 42-minute mark.
Yeah, so I definitely feel like Joshua now has a better idea on how much time is left. Dude, 5 cubes in, and he's already set. I think it's really important we keep an eye on Joshua throughout this attempt. Curran Wilson still on cube number 1, attempting 13. He did just get an 11 out of 11 PR on attempt 1.
I placed him fourth in the round, notably above Stanley.
I think we just saw Pierce Tickle undon his blindfold, take off his blindfold, one could say.
That seems. I noticed Pierce will do that a lot. He won't start exec until he's absolutely certain of what he's doing, which, of course makes sense. But Pierce is definitely one of those competitors who will absolutely not start until he's sure.
So something to note, Roe and Andrew have not started execution yet, though they did start memorization later than them. Roe about to start inspection or an execution now. Second time I've said that. Stanley looks flawless so far through these short-term cubes. Graham also looking to be on good pace. Joshua on great pace as well. Roe, first 3 blind cube. He's able to get there. It's a +2, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We're not.
We're
not looking at that.
Could be a strategic +2. If you +2 all of them, you save 60 some moves. So,
But you also have to think about that.
2 minutes.
When I'm talking about silly ideas that might be that push that you need, that might be it.
Yeah, I mean the attempt still counts. You just get more time. So, okay, it looks like a small DNF for Stanley on one of the cubes he's already done, but this is a lot more characteristic of what we've come to expect from Stanley. So I'm glad to see he's at least starting off a lot stronger on this attempt than the previous. And then another solve one. This is, looking a lot better.
Yeah, we do see, just the 1 DNF so far for Stanley, but I mean, when you're attempting 57 cubes, 1 DNF still gives you 55 points.
Yeah, and just looking at it here, it looks like it might have been a 1-move DNF. So just missing 1 move in his solve, and then continuing with the rest as normal. But can't really tell without actually picking up the cube myself and being there in person.
We do see a limbo cube. I'm going to start calling him that because that sounds fun. Did cut away from, we do see Stanley. That cube right below his left hand, the one on our right. He did pick up, was solving it for a bit, and seems to have messed up recall and not sure. He's going to set it aside. Hopefully he can figure it out later, but he's just going to go on to the next for now. And it's still flowing through it.
I will also note, while nobody is close to being done, Joshua Gao, he got a 50 out of 56 in the first attempt. That was PR for him, and I believe that places him 16th in the world, if I'm not mistaken, up from 22nd. So congratulations, Joshua.
Yeah.
Amazing side so far. We do see Andrew has started his execution. 2 cubes deep. Looks like 2 cubes solved. Row 1 DNF already in the bottom left of your screen, and he appears to be about 5 or 6 deep. I see at least 4 DNFs up there on Graham's side in the top left of your screen.
And this is just a great view of the 4 cubers there, where it's so many records and championship podiums and so much just skill in that shot.
We do see Joshua Gao's first DNF. It looks by just 1 cycle of corners. A little bit of a bummer, but that's all right.
Yeah, still very high accuracy though. 100% accuracy I don't think is necessarily reasonable expectation, but this is, still a great start for Joshua.
And it looks like right before we switched off, Joshua was having some hesitation, just like Graham is as well, honestly. It seems as though he sort of took a quick pause on that cube.
Yeah, we do see at least 4 DNFs are visible right now for Graham.
Yeah.
So again, Graham is attempting how many cubes did we say?
64.
64. So at best a 56-point attempt right now. For Graham, I mean, 56 points is still incredible. Anything above 50, I would argue is world class.
Yeah, I would agree.
Andrew Tao, 1 DNF already, around 8 cubes in. Something I've noticed, I've judged numerous Andrew Tao multi-blind attempts is he'll always have like pay attention to his head. Like he will turn off to the side when he's like, "Oh, am I good?" He's very expressive during his solves. Very fast execution error on that last algorithm.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep an eye on the body language of Andrew Tao, and I think you'll be able to get a good read on how his attempts going.
Yeah.
Row coming in here already like 4 to 5.
I think that is
4,
5.
5, and then he's also got that +2. So he's not looking great. He's not looking terrible though.
I mean, again, it is important to consider Rowe is currently seated second
Yep.
with just 1 attempt in. Rowe is making it to the next
Without a doubt.
round.
Mhm.
So really it might just be a matter of, okay, let's just let's go for broke.
Mhm.
If things don't work, then that's tomorrow's issue.
Yeah.
I will also note we do have a couple of attempts already in. So we've got
Wow.
Pierce Tickle, 6 out of 8. That beats his first attempt of 4 out of 8. So congrats to him. That's in 41 minutes, 26 seconds. We've got Rue Clippinger with a DNF, and then we've got Rich, who did also DNF. But Pierce with that 6 out of 8. That's putting him at 6 so far.
Yeah, not bad. I think Pierce was originally on the bubble
Yeah.
of making it out
Mhm.
of the first round. Currently sitting at last,
Mhm.
but now has bumped his way up, as you said, to 6, hopefully being able to guarantee a spot in the next round.
It looks like Stanley's making good progress on his attempt there.
Mhm.
Looks like a couple DNFs,
Yeah.
but
I want to say I saw a head shake in there, so
yeah,
but he
Lot-
still seems to be making good progress.
yeah, and a lot better so far than the first attempt.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it looks like 4 DNFs I can count there. So
Something.
yeah, and
5.
well, either way, about half,
I see 5.
yeah, either way, halfway through his attempt, if he's able to maintain this pace for the rest of it, he'll be securely into the final and have then 4 more attempts after this. So I think a lot of the pressure comes off if he's able to get something decent here.
Best case scenario right now, he is walking away with 52 points. I mean, what does Stanley need to PR right now? How many points?
Well, of course, he's at a 32 out of 63. In terms of what he'll need, he has a 49 out of 51.
So
47
47 points. So to match that, yeah, he just needs what gets us there? Math guy.
What's up?
Michael.
If he's
If
doing
Stanley's current
57,
multi-blind PR is 47 and he's attempting 57, how many can be unsolved? 5.
Yeah.
Oh, we're there.
So we're there.
Okay, well, if he solves the rest and gets a better time, then he can still do it. But I don't know if I don't think he's I don't know if he's terribly concerned with getting a PR at this moment and
Yeah.
instead just getting a strong attempt.
Yeah.
I do see right now something that I think is worth mentioning. Andrew Tao, I've seen him do this before,
Mhm.
has one of those limbo cubes set off to the side. All edges are solved on that,
Mhm.
looking to maybe recall corners at some point
Mm.
during his execution. I mean, really, what's the worst that can happen?
Right.
Like, it's not going to be like if it's a DNF, that's okay. But there's like he still has hope that he's going to be able to fix it.
Mhm.
So if he feels confident in going for it, may as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Andrew on very strong pace here. Coming up on, it looks like about halfway through his attempt and only 2 DNFs, so it's looking pretty good for his attempt so far. Well, potentially a third. He's doing a kind of aw shucks with his arms there.
Looks like Braden Adams is done with his attempt. Not exactly sure as to what the result is, but I see him up and moving around, so indicative of hopefully something good, but we'll
Yeah.
find out.
Hopefully the QZ came through.
There is a band from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania called Quarter Zip.
Really?
Want to give them a huge shout out way before the Quarter Zip craze.
Yeah.
They are spelled KW quarter
Oh,
zip, still spelled zip.
so I mean, he held
Joshua Gao.
Oh my God.
last-
Is that still that's the
That
one
was-
DNF that we saw from earlier.
Wow.
Josh Gao is on a crazy tear. If he
Yeah,
can keep ahead
is-
of the clock, Joshua is on pace for another PR.
Yeah, just absolutely incredible stuff so far this comp from Joshua. Hopefully, he's able to finish out this attempt, and
Yeah.
then, I mean, if the rest of his comp is near this good, it's absolutely an amazing one.
I mean, if you're thinking that you're Joshua, if you think you're Joshua, which none of us are, Joshua is incredible. Not that you guys watching aren't incredible. Yeah, I'm besides myself. Joshua has already had a great competition. I mean, being able to walk away with a PR,
Yeah.
is like something I don't even do every competition anymore.
100%.
And when you're at this high of a level,
Yeah.
when like every PR like moves you like one spot closer
Mhm.
to like the world record, then I think it's really something to be proud of, even if it isn't a world record.
And I think one thing that's interesting about Joshua specifically is that he said himself that he's sort of known for his suboptimal outs. And nonetheless, I'm only seeing 2 DNFs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one was covered up by a cube earlier, but you do see on the orange face in the middle of that pile, there's appears to be a white sticker.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking we're looking at 2 DNFs for Joshua, but I mean, even then, that's
Yeah.
like 53 points
Yeah.
Mhm.
if he ends up solving the rest
And
of these
even with
cubes.
his suboptimal outs, he is still firmly in first place, and he's not going anywhere after this attempt.
Yeah, it makes me very curious to see if he's able to fix his allegedly suboptimal Alex, then
Right.
just how high he can fly. This
Right.
is already just incredible stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of incredible stuff, kind of in the background to the left, Curran Wilson
Ooh,
on a tear, 1 DNF. We will not see another N out of NPR for Curran, but he is still on PR pace.
We are. It looks
Oh,
like we
there are 2 DNFs, so we will not be seeing a PR from Curran
This
Wilson.
attempt is wrapping up shortly. It's 7:50. The attempt started at 6:55.
yeah.
So we don't have that much time before competitors are going to start getting that tap on their shoulder. How do you think they're feeling 2 attempts in? It's late or all tired. Like, where do you think they're at?
I mean, I'm thinking from the perspective of me sitting here, not even doing any attempts,
Mhm.
like I am ready to go to bed.
100%.
And
Yeah.
like it's 7:50. We talked about it earlier. It's dark out already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's dark out at 5 o'clock.
Mhm.
Like I feel tired at 6 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Well, like this last like month at 6 o'clock, I'm ready to go to bed.
I gotta say though, watching Curran finish up those last couple of cubes, I got some energy.
Man, it looks like after Graham had a couple early DNFs, it looks like he's gotten that together pretty well, and not many more after that, if any more. And Andrew maintaining great pace. It looks like Rose doing pretty well as well. Stanley with a couple more DNFs sprinkled in, but he should still be able to get a point total good enough that he doesn't have to worry about making the final round.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think Stanley will be one of the. I think Stanley and Rowe are going to run out of or approach the hour first.
Yeah.
So we'll see how they're able to maintain pace.
I think at the point we're at though, like because there are so many DNFs, I think there's a world we see where Stanley isn't necessarily worrying about round 2. We are seeing that everybody who got a point is going to round 2 right now.
Mhm.
So, barring any of that changing during the third attempt, like it could be a relatively easy second round.
Yeah.
Curran's attempt is over. Hopefully, we can get a count on that. I think at best we were looking at a 9-pointer
Mhm.
for Curran.
Mm-hmm.
But still a lot left. Joshua Gao looks to be picking up the pace down to just 1 pack, 2 packs, 2 pack.
Curran Wilson finishing up. It looks like we've got at least
Confused on how we DNF that.
2,
Ooh, 4 DNFs.
4. So it's going to be a
7-pointer.
7.
Which, I mean, coming into this comp, the best he'd had is 9 out of 9, so
Yeah.
that's definitely nothing to
Yeah.
We
be sad
see-
about.
A third DNF right now for Joshua Gao. So now we are down to a max of 51 points.
Mhm.
Still PR for Joshua.
Yeah.
Quite a significant PR for Joshua if he can keep it up, but it's all going to come down to time.
Yeah, just great pace here from Joshua.
Yeah, I started to see a lot more of these cubers stand up, kind of collect themselves after the attempt. Row appears to be, nope, he's still got one more row,
Yeah.
one more
Yeah.
pack.
Looks like he's still got like
A lot of these competitors still are like a pack left.
Yeah.
Andrew's starting the latest out of all of our top level solvers, so maybe still got 2 packs left.
Keegan Joyce, coming in with a 4 out of 8. I believe that was it for the new results. Nothing crazy, but
Maybe we can get eyes back on Joshua. I know he seems to be kind of close to wrapping up his attempt, along with Graham.
Yeah, it looks like Graham has 6 cubes left, including the one in his hands. Oh, and Joshua actually also at that same mark.
It looks like Joshua's been flowing. I don't see another DNF on that table. Rich Tyag in the way.
Yeah.
With all the love in the world. I mean, of course,
Yeah.
it's bound to happen.
Yeah.
Stanley, a couple more DNFs floating in there. Definitely a better attempt than attempt 1.
100%.
Yeah.
Ari 2 stopwatch. We see 2 stopwatches, which I know like one for competitor, one for the judge, but like they're really loving this like double stopwatch thing.
Yeah.
That was another DNF out of Graham, off by just a couple of edges, unfortunately. Looks like he's got 4 cubes left, including what he's currently solving.
Yeah, I think as far as our top competitors here with Graham, Stanley, and Rowe, they all have very high standards for themselves. So I think they're going to be upset with their attempts, but it's still, they all, I'm sure, will move on to the next round and
Stanley
get more tries.
Finishing up there, looks like he didn't even get to one of his cubes, which is unfortunate. He does seem to be a little annoyed.
In the background, we did see another DNF from Joshua Gao. I think we're kind of starting losing the pace for a PR attempt, but again, the time will tell. And it might literally, it might come down to time.
And I think after
Graham's attempt over.
Yeah.
Joshua, he's
still got a little bit of time.
He's still got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's another camera in the venue that is not being blocked. I am hopeful.
Yeah.
We're like looking in the background right now.
Yeah. Looks like Andrew is coming up on the end of his attempt. Oh, there's a whole pack. I thought he was only on.
Joshua Gao made it to his last cube, and I think he's only got 5 DNFs.
So how many was he attempting?
57.
57.
So five total DNFs would give him a 47-point attempt.
So that would be PR by, wow.
May have gotten it. Joshua Gao has been destroying it.
3-point PR, if I'm not mistaken. If it is that 5 unsolved, that's going to be another 3-point PR.
Mayhem in the Miller Center for Joshua Gao. Not even on some people's radars. If you're not watching now, tab in, blindfold off.
All 2026, my stocks are in Joshua Gao.
Yeah, it looks like Joshua Gao was the stock pick. Jim Kramer could never.
Do we only see 4 DNFs right now?
I see 4. Rose still got a couple of cubes, but Ryland's right there with the stopwatches.
Yeah.
Yeah, time is running out for our former world record holder, Ro Hessler. Another solve.
Coming down.
Looking off
5 seconds.
Looking off Ryland's body language, it looks like this could come down to the wire for Rowe.
Can he get there? He gets there.
Nice.
Okay.
Not thrilled with the attempt.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Hopefully we can get a result on Joshua.
Yeah.
Find out. It looks like he had a very nice reaction, so I'm hoping maybe we can get eyes on Andrew. I know he started his attempt a lot later than some of the other high-level solvers. Oh, here he is. 2 cubes left in execution, 1 being executed right now.
Yeah.
A J-perm to end off that second to last cube, the penultimate cube. Do you know what? Do you know what the word is for the third to last? Anti-penultimate. That is a fun fact for you all at home.
And
Michael, as you were.
A funner fact.
Yeah.
Andrew Tao's about to be done with his multi-bond attempt.
Yeah, this looks like a great attempt.
Yeah, there it is.
Only I mean, I can only see 4 DNFs there. That's, I mean, just really, really, really solid. So it might have been the play to sit out the first attempt then.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get back as we're counting to Joshua Gao's camera, be able to maybe get a view how many DNFs there are if they haven't already been solved by Joshua.
Yeah.
4.
Wow.
4 DNFs. That is a 49 pointer
Yeah.
from Joshua Gao. Joshua GOAT.
I mean,
And just for everybody at home, so points are that's how you're scored in the round. So it's the number of cubes attempted, or the number of cubes solved minus the number of cubes DNF'd. So if I'm attempting 10 cubes and I solve 8 and DNF 2, then I get 6 points because I have 8 minus 2. So like Stanley's first attempt, he attempted 63 and solved 32, so that's only a 1-point attempt. So that gets the same scoring as if I were to attempt 3 and solve 2. And then point ties are broken by time.
so if there are 2 3-point attempts, for example, the faster one will win.
Yes, yeah. So that's the only case where +2s come into account and tend to matter.
Yeah.
But I mean, with something like this, you don't have many people going for the same number, and then getting the same point total is not all too common either. So +2s tend to be pretty insignificant.
Yeah, it looked to be a largely uneventful attempt for a lot of our competitors. I mean, we did see Stanley Chappell
Yeah.
reel it back in.
Yeah.
Definitely not a great attempt 1, but attempt 2 looked to do a lot better on that. Joshua Gao,
Dude, star of the night.
Yeah, for sure.
I definitely I think this might really be his weekend. I'm not sure where he stands with big blind and 3 blind,
Yeah.
but when it comes to multi-blind, which is what we're all here, it's the competition's namesake.
Mhm.
Joshua Gao is him.
And he's still got 4 attempts left too.
As I say, we got 2 more attempts tomorrow. We do see 4x4 and 5x5 blindfolded round 1 tomorrow, as well as 3 blind round 1 with the new best of 5 format.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of exciting stuff tomorrow. I mean, really, all those. I'm just excited to watch. Even as just a viewer, I'd be looking forward to that quite a bit.
Not to cut you off, Stone, results update.
So Andrew Taub coming in with a 56 out of 60
Wow.
PR, 58.43. So that beats his result from Worlds.
Yeah.
That is a 52
Yeah.
pointer? Yeah.
So that will beat Joshua Gao's 49 pointer that we just saw.
Yep.
But I mean, still quite unexpected, it seems, even though we expect a lot out of Andrew being world champion and being an up and coming star. Still like a 56 out of 60 cube attempt is insane. 52 points. Where does that rank in the world, Stone?
In the world, let's see. He's currently sitting at 7th with his 52 out of 55, which is
Wow.
a 48, 49 pointer.
Yeah.
I think we just saw Andrew Town move up to 5th in the world.
So, yeah.
Wow. Very impressive
Wow.
stuff. Yeah.
Big day for people whose last names end in AO.
Mm.
It's true.
True.
I mean, this is just the truth.
If you combine with the letters TAO,
I see the vision.
Wow.
I think
This
I
is-
think we're seeing the great.
It could be that could be how
I think
Goat
we're
runs
onto
on.
something here.
This could be great. Results still coming in.
Yeah.
Stone, keep us updated. Numbers, man.
Liam Chen again with the DNS. A lot of DNSs. Rich with the DNF. Tommy is not here. Noah is not here. So nothing significant in right now. Rue Clippinger with the DNF as well. So nothing significant right now. We will of course keep you guys updated as we get those results in ourselves. But again, 56 out of 60 in 58 minutes and 43 seconds for Andrew Tao.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting stuff from Andrew Town and Joshua Gao. Just great solving on both attempts from Joshua and then on his only attempt from Andrew.
And I think it's safe to say we came in with them perhaps in our like 3 and 4 spots. So to see them shoot up to 1 and 2 so significantly is very impressive.
Yeah, they've definitely shown that they can be front runners in
Yeah,
this.
for sure.
Yeah.
Results update. We did see Joshua, Grams, and Kearns get put in. Stone, take it away.
So we've got a 53 out of 57 from Joshua Gao and 59.26 Again, that is PR. Graham with a 46 out of 64 in 1 minute flat. Nothing significant there. Kern Wilson, 9 out of 13 and 56.13. And we'll keep going as results are updated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big day.
Yeah.
Big day in Charlottesville.
Yeah.
Mayhem in the Miller Center.
I mean, and tomorrow it's all day tomorrow, not just the evening, and then all day Sunday. So a lot more to come. I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah. We got a special guest here in the room.
We do, before that, sorry, Ro Hessler.
Ro Hessler coming in with a 55 out of 64 and 59.58. So definitely a buzzer beater attempt right there.
Brayden Adams DNFing his second attempt.
Oh, man.
It is, the quarter zip is out for 2026.
He's still for now going to be safe into the second round because you only need a point to make it into the second round so far. But
The only big result we're still missing right now is Stanley Chappell getting an exact number on his final attempt today.
Ryan Farish coming in with a 13 out of 16 in 55 minutes, 55 seconds. Miles Greco with a 14 out of 21 in 58 minutes, 14 seconds.
Really good at solving 14 cubes.
Yeah, might be the number.
Might be the number.
Yeah.
And again, just waiting on Stanley's. I think I see Sean Mack right now hunting for that scorecard.
Oh, yeah.
W smack in chat, everybody.
Yeah.
Not seeing a lot of W smacks in chat. Stanley Chappell's result put in. Stone, take it away.
Stanley Chappell coming in with a 43 out of 57 in 59 minutes and 48 seconds. So that'll put him at the bottom of our front runners. That'll put him in fifth. So our top five right now is Andrew Tao, Joshua Gao, Ro Hessler, Graham Siggins, Stanley Chappell. Kern Wilson coming in sixth. Seventh, Ryan Farish. 8, Miles Greco. 9, Pierce Tickle. 10, Brayden Adams. And 11, Keegan Joyce. All of those individuals are people who got at least 1 point. So the threshold for round 2 right now is 1 point.
Amazing. I think we are going to wrap up the broadcast here. We got a busy day tomorrow, so we're going to make sure we can get all the sleep we can get, especially our competitors. I mean, they're the ones that really had the mentally exhausting day. I mean, I had to commentate Brayden Adams, two multi attempts. Am I right? Anyways, I think we're going to wrap it up here. An amazing day here at the Miller Center in Charlottesville, Virginia. I am Zach Rydell.
Michael Nielsen.
And it was lovely having everyone here on the stream. We will see you all here tomorrow, bright and early at 9 a.m.